going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is episode number 573. Episode number 573 for the folks that are keeping up with the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to ask everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is ghost.report. It's as simple as that, baby. We independent now. You just type in your browser ghost.report, and that's the official home of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, baby. I love being independent. And by the way, if you don't have a Gab account, it's my only social media representation on the internet, well then by God, get yourself one, for Christ's sake. All right? I mean, this is the last bastion of freedom of speech and social media today. Get yourself a Gab account by typing in your browser right now, gab.ai. And once you do so, follow me on there. Follow me on there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow on Gab, baby. And by the way, what's going on to everybody in the True Capitalist Radio chat room? What's going on, baby? Anyway, folks, if you want to be a part of the official True Capitalist Radio chat room, all you got to do is go to my Gab account right now, Politics Ghost, and hit the subscribe button for premium content. All right, that's as simple as that. Go to my Gab account, Politics Ghost, and hit the subscribe for premium content. And once you do, go ahead and give me a private message on Gab and let me know what your Discord chat name is, baby. I will give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. Anyway, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is Wednesday. This is May 30th. We're almost into the summer, baby. Bummer. I'm telling you, you're already feeling it out here in San Hambonio. It's like 100 degrees today alone. So if you happen to be in this type of heat, I would strongly advise everybody to please keep well hydrated, because it's very easy to go into some kind of exhaustion, heat stroke, or dehydration, etc. So once again, we are feeling it out here. It's the end of springtime. Not like we ever see springtime out here in Texas anyway, especially out here in South Texas. I mean, aside from it being 100 degrees out here, the freaking humidity is always at about 90%, 80%, which makes it damn near unbearable out here. But hey, we got to live through it. It's like you can't even breathe, you know? It's like, I just can't take a deep freaking breath out here. It's freaking horrible. But anyway, folks, thank you for tuning in with me. 573 is the number of this broadcast, is the episode number. And I wanted to talk about something before we get into the whole market hour. I got into a little bit of a Gab confrontation with somebody I suspected was a National Socialist or a white nationalist or a alt-righter, whatever they call themselves, okay? And I want to describe right now why capitalism and those that listen to this broadcast are not alt-right white nationalists, okay? First and foremost, I'm sick and tired of hearing these people being correlated with the right. I'm talking about all these so-called Nazi LARPers, these Richard Spencer, these Andrew Anglins, these, you know, the crying Nazi Cantwell, all these fucking LARPers, all these posers that go around the internet talking big, talking bad, you know, putting up blogs, LARPing, throwing Nazi symbols all over the place, thinking they're hardcore. And what really gets me is that, first of all, aside from these people being complete contradictions of what they represent, I mean, they're supposed to be representing, oh, the white race, we're progressing the white race, we're supposed to be advancing the white race, white power, white pride, right? Meanwhile, these guys are fucking all single, first and foremost, okay? You're all single, and yet you're supposed to be promoting the white race. Shouldn't that be telling you guys something, first of all? I mean, if you were some strong white man, don't you think that you'd have blondies with blue eyes, you know, trying to pull the freaking balls out of your pants if you were such badass white supremacists and you meant what you said and you said what you meant? I mean, honestly, women are not afraid to go and grab a man when they see one. I mean, I'm talking about a real man, believe me. I mean, I got women sitting over here smiling at me every time I'm walking down the damn shopping center or grocery store whenever I'm with this Mrs. Ghost. And it's not because I'm some kind of a good-looking fucking guy. It's because I'm a man, for Christ's sake. Women can just kind of sense it. They can sense it in a man. They can, like, you know what, this guy, I can read it all over him. This guy he can problem solve. He can make decisions. He knows what to do. These women know it, okay? Aside from that, okay, these white nationalists and these alt-right pricks, they don't have any kind of substance when they try to articulate their grievance. They talk about, well, we're about white power, white pride, white nationalism. What white are you people talking about? Each and every time I try to approach any one of these white nationalists or these alt-righters with this question, they fail to articulate an answer because they don't know themselves. I mean, are they talking about the Celtic Druidic bloodline in which Hitler was trying to advance or use to his benefit to try to conquer the world? Are you talking about that blood lineage? Are you talking about the Nazis? You're talking about the Aryan race? Is that what you're talking about? Because let me tell you something right now. The majority of these people that are, vocally claiming that they're alt-right white nationalists, these people are not Aryan blood, all right? Let's just be honest. A lot of these people are of descent of races and lineage that Hitler would have thrown in the oven, for a lack of a better term, all right? Hitler did not like Czechoslovakians, all right? Hitler did not like Polish people, okay? Hitler did not like Slavs. Hitler did not like Irish. And yet, all these nationalities and all these races that I just mentioned all believe in America today that they are white nationalists and alt-right people. It just makes me sick. I just want a little bit of consistency of what the hell you people over there in the alt-right white nationalist side of the debate. I would like a little bit of goddamn fucking continuity in what the fuck you're talking about. Seriously, what white? Are you talking about the Slavic white? Are you talking about the Ruski white? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Okay, let's just say the general white. Okay, fine. You're talking about general white. What exactly do you want? General white nationalist. Okay, now, when you talk about general white, that's as abstract as the liberal talk. You know that, right? That's how liberals talk, this abstract language. This idea of not articulating precisely what you mean, but just leaving it open for interpretation whenever you spout off your fucking meaningless rhetoric. And that's what all these white nationalists and these alt-righters do. They don't articulate their grievance in detail. They leave it up to interpretation with their abstract propaganda rhetoric. Okay, now what I'd like to ask is this also, okay? You're talking about general white. What exactly do you want? What do you general white people, okay, white nationalists, alt-right, what kind of governing body do you people want? And time again, I hear from these morons, they want National Socialism. National Socialism. Now, folks, look, you can try to argue with these stupid idiot losers until you're blue in the face. But what these people don't understand is that by advocating National Socialism, that they are literally asking for the same thing, the same goddamn thing that Antifa is demanding and asking for in a violent capacity every time you see them with the black garb and assaulting people in the streets in protest, supposedly. Now, I don't understand. The media and these LARPers and everybody involved with Antifa and the alt-right and white nationalists, they want to have us believe that they're enemies. They want us to have us believe, and we're talking about the regular Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack in America, they want us to believe that they are two different sides of the perspective. But that is not the case. Both sides, folks. And I'm telling you, you can talk to any goddamn white nationalist, any goddamn alt-right idiot, and they will advocate National Socialism over capitalism. And that, my friends, is nothing more than a diehard socialist, no different than Antifa. And every time you try to articulate this to those that are supposedly the biggest mouthpieces on the alt-right and the white nationalist side, what do they come up with? They come up with this own propaganda rhetoric once again about how people like myself who are identifying that these people are all socialists, okay? They go with this ridiculous rhetoric that they pulled out of their stupid asses. The horseshoe theory. My horseshoe theory. My horseshoe theory. I mean, give me a fucking break. You people on the alt-right white nationalist side are idiots. You are no different than the fucking Black Lives Matter trash. You're no different than the Antifa trash. Because what is it that you want? I'll tell you, you stupid morons. By advocating National Socialism, it means that you want something for nothing. That's the definition of socialism, you stupid, ungrateful pricks. That's the same thing that Antifa is advocating for. Something for nothing. Give me free education. Give me free health care. Give me free housing. Give me free food. That's what you assholes are advocating. It's no different than Antifa. And every time I try to have a debate with one of these people that are alt-right or white nationalists, and I try to tell them that capitalism is the ultimate idea of organizing the natural resources and the allocation of labor. And you know what they say all the time? These fucking white nationalists and these goddamn alt-right, you know what they say? Oh, you're Jew capitalism. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you're Jew capitalism. The Jew. I mean, once you put these goddamn idiots, these alt-right white nationalists, into a corner, and they don't know how to debate out of it, they're just going to pull the Jew card right out of their asses. I'm not even kidding around, all right? They're just going to pull the... My Jew! My Jew! I mean, I'm not kidding. They blame the Jew and the ethnic minority for every goddamn problem that's in their lives. And you see, this is where Antifa and the alt-right and white nationalist movements not only are the same and they advocate for socialism, but they're also the same in that they utilize methods to control dumb people. And let's be honest, anybody who's putting on black garb and going out there and, conducting themselves in an idiotic, violent capacity like Antifa, all right, is no different than these alt-right idiots. Because what is the basis of their grievance? They want something for nothing. They want something for free. Both sides of the National Socialist debate and the regular socialist debate all have their hands out. The alt-right and the white nationalists in this goddamn country all have their hands out, just like fucking Antifa, just like the left. They have their hands out, entitled to charity, because they merely exist. I mean, how is that any different from the trash that the so-called alt-right and white nationalists are talking against? I'm sick and tired of hearing a bunch of fucking white nationalists and a bunch of alt-right pieces of trash try to claim that, oh, the fucking black and the Jew and the fucking Mexican and the Chink and all this crap, okay? Blame everybody, and yet, for whatever reason, you don't take responsibility for your own shit. I mean, I'm sick and tired of white nationalists talking garbage about every other race instead of looking at themselves in the mirror. I mean, you are doing the same thing that dirty black that you claim that you hate so much is doing. That black has got his hand out just like you bastards. That's what National Socialism is. That's what National Socialism is. These people expect something for nothing because why? They're white. And this is what's advocating all this alt-right white nationalist trash on the right-wing side of the spectrum of politics in America today. And I had to give a little bit of a preamble before I started this show to articulate that capitalists, the capitalist army, this broadcast has nothing to do with the alt-right white nationalist hypocrites that want socialism. Okay? I don't give a goddamn if you thought Hitler was right and you hate Jews and this and that. You are still the same type of trash that Antifa is. If you've got your fucking hand out, fucking expecting like an entitled child, expecting charity because you merely exist and you're white. That's as fucking ignorant as the goddamn reparations these so-called blacks are coming out here trying to advocate because my slavery! So once again, folks, any one of you people, I'm not going to deny that the left is utilizing racial politics to divide the races amongst each other. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that the liberal media is trying to demonize white people through subtle advertisements. I mean, we've all seen it. I cannot see an advertisement without seeing racial mixing, mixed kids. I mean, listen, I understand that's an element of America. But let's be honest, it's happening too perpetual to sit here and say that it's just a mere coincidence that these advertisers just want to use these types of people. They are trying to suggest something to us. So I am not negating that. I'm not negating the fact that the leftists are trying to divide us in every capacity possible. But let's go back to what the so-called alt-right and the white nationalists are trying to do. They're trying to divide us as well. They're trying to divide us, and yet the biggest mouthpieces that are out here advocating all this crap are the least people that are inclined to go out and commit themselves to a true operation to show the people that they're advocating to that they are serious fucking business. You notice that? I mean, I hate hearing Chris Cantwell advocate violence when this guy's the last person that would be committing violence to anybody because he's a freaking out-of-shape, bald, 40-something prick. Same thing with Andrew Anglin, for Christ's sake. This guy's about 5'2" manlet, a $110 wet, and yet this guy's supposed to be some badass, skinhead, alt-right, white nationalist, Daily Stormer asshole or whatever. Meanwhile, I've seen pictures of Andrew Anglin trying to hit on a bunch of Chinese or Oriental Asian chicks. That's white nationalist for you. That's what I'm telling each and every one of you people that are out here that think that white nationalism and alt-right is something to be gravitating towards. I think that you need to question yourself. I am not negating that you should be proud of whatever your heritage is, whatever your lineage is. Be proud of that. Celebrate that. Celebrate the holidays that those cultures, that lineage that is within your blood, celebrate that. Embrace it. But don't sit here and try to say that because you are of European descent, that you deserve free housing, free education, free this, free that, just because you're white. Because that's what each and every one of you alt-right white nationalists go to whenever I pigeonhole you and make you all look like mental midgets on the debating table. That's what you all revert to, National Socialism. And when I confront you all with capitalism, you can't even debate capitalism, so your defense mechanism is, my Jew, that's Jew capitalism, the Jew this and the Jew that. I'm sick of you people, all right? You alt-right white nationalist pricks have nothing to do with this broadcast, capitalism, and the variant of capitalism that's in the White House today. And I'm sick of each and every one of you fucking alt-right white nationalist pricks that are now talking against my president because what? He's not moving fast enough for you? I mean, I go through Gab all the time and see these freaking bedwetting, white ring, alt-right white nationalists bitching about Trump because the wall's not building fast enough for them. The wall hasn't come up, and my immigration, and people are still coming in, and the lotteries and all this shit. As if Trump, once elected president, can wave a wand in this fucking bureaucratic Frankenstein that we call a government and just make everything happen over fucking night. I mean, that precedent has never been set before by any president in history, and yet these dumbasses, and this is what I don't understand. I mean, this should go to show some of you white nationalists and alt-right's ignorance. What did you think when Trump was elected president? Did you think that he was going to just start deporting black people and Mexican people and, I mean, just indiscriminately? And what? It was going to be the Fourth Reich? And people were going to be goose-stepping? I mean, I don't understand what the fuck you people want. This is still America, you fucking dumb assholes. And America is the melting pot. All right? I mean, this is why I did not drink on Monday during the show, because I wanted to commemorate those that laid down their lives for Memorial Day so that we can have this type of freedom. And you people are ungrateful. You don't even want it. And it makes me sick to my stomach. So once again, I just tell each and every one of you that you have no grievance to articulate, and you are making everybody on the right look bad. And as far as I'm concerned, those of us that are on the right, that are still on the Trump train, we need to shun these assholes just like we shun a communist or a socialist. Because that's what the alt-right and the white nationalists are. A bunch of socialist pieces of trash that don't want to take self-responsibility and go out and make something of themselves. They want to instead, just like Black Lives Matter and just like a lot of these people who are advocating reparations for slavery, these white nationalists believe, under National Socialism, that because they're white, they're going to get a free house. They're going to get free education. They're going to get free food. I mean, that's why they're advocating it, man. And you see, this is the cancer of the earth right now, folks. We have 7.4 billion people on the planet. And a good, I would say, third of those people believe that they should be fed, clothed, and housed just because they merely exist. And that, my friends, is dangerous. It's dangerous. I mean, you don't understand. You people that are living in fucking la-la land because the West gave you so many freedoms that you people don't understand. Okay? You're not given a living. You understand? You earn a living. You're not given a living. And many of the people on this planet believe that they should just be giving something because they merely exist. And this is what's dangerous on both sides. I mean, this is capitalism. Capitalism can give you the opportunity, if you have the ambition, if you have the skills, you have the drive, you have the will to pull yourself out of whatever situation that you're in. And folks, I am living proof of that. I mean, my folks threw me out in the street once I was 18 years old, say, "Hey, Ghost, go do something with yourself there, boy." I mean, they didn't leave me shit. They left me nothing but grief. That's what the hell they left me. And instead of me pissing and moaning at society, instead of me pissing and moaning about my parents, instead of me pissing and moaning about it's not fair, it's not this, hey, life ain't fair. I decided that, look, there's a means for me to get out of the situation that I was put on. And that means is capitalism. And all I've got to do is sell my labor. And once I sell my labor, use that labor to make money and use that money to make more money. I mean, that's just the way it is, folks. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to take the initiative and go out and do it. And don't be afraid to do it. I mean, look, folks, if you're out there protesting with your hand out like an Antifa asshole or an alt-right white nationalist asshole, then you're already shameless. So why not take the dive in doing something better than doing fucking nothing? I mean, that's what we still have in America. We still have the opportunity. The opportunity of capitalism. Why do you think we have so many immigrants coming into this country, you dumb fucking white nationalists and alt-right idiots? Why are so many people trying to fucking smuggle themselves into this country? Because of opportunity. Because of capitalism. They don't have that opportunity where they're at. And yet you people do, and you refuse to take it! You want to sit here and piss and moan about, oh, well, I deserve this, and I deserve that, and I want free education. You people make me sick, man. You people fucking make me sick. Anyway, folks, listen, I had to say that preamble before we get into the markets because I'm tired of hearing about alt-right white nationalism. And can we spit on these people already? I mean, they're making us look stupid. You know that, right? And some part of me makes me think that that's why they're there. Like, who's funding these people? I mean, y'all remember Charlottesville? Who funded that shit? Who bought all those tiki torches? And who told the media to be there to film this event? Not to mention, when push came to shove, after that little tiki torch incident the next day, I was watching that faggot Baked Alaska's live stream, because he was out there at Charlottesville, and this son of a bitch got sprayed in the face or something, and he claimed that his eyesight was going to... He fucking dramatized it too much. Anyway, somebody took over his stream, and there were so many Antifa and Black Lives Matter that descended upon Charlottesville that the alt-right white nationalists retreated. And I saw it with my own fucking eyes on the fucking Baked Alaska's live stream. They were running away like a bunch of pussies. So, push comes to shove. When these so-called white nationalists and alt-rights, they get together and they know that they're pretty safe, they can have tiki torch fucking marches and pretend that they're warping around like a bunch of 1933, 34 Nazis or some shit. I mean, give me a fucking break. Who's funding these people? I think I read a report, I could be mistaken, but I think I read a report that Chris Cantwell, the crying Nazi, is an FBI informant. Oh, well, it all comes clear now, doesn't it? So anyway, that's why I just had to say that, folks. I'm sick and tired of these alt-right white nationalist assholes. They make me just as sick as any communist or socialist. Because why? All they want to do is be a detriment to you and me. Because that's what people are. They just have their hands out, entitled to charity. Thinking they're entitled to charity. They are a threat to you and me. And we need to acknowledge that, and we need to do something about it, man. I'm not kidding around. We are producing entirely too many losers in this world. And it could jeopardize civil fucking society on a global scale, all right? It could jeopardize civil society on a global goddamn scale. That's all I got to say about it, all right? Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and stop talking about, white nationalists and alt-right. Let's talk a little bit about the markets here. Now, folks, we're having some strange things going around throughout the markets. All right, cryptocurrency is kind of starting to come up on a creep level. We are seeing a little bit of a decrease in the dollar spot index, folks. I think the dollar spot index today, let me get to it so I can give you an exact amount, but I believe it was down 0.48% decrease today. Oh, as a matter of fact, it's even lower than that. Dollar spot index right now is at decrease, down 0.79% for the dollar, U.S. dollar. So that's why you're starting to see a little bit of a bump up on some of these cryptos right now, because we were down, folks, to like, what, $305 billion market capitalization for cryptocurrency? So we're coming up at least a little bit. A little bit, to say the goddamn least. The current market capitalization for cryptocurrency right now is $324 billion market capitalization. So the decrease of 0.74% on the negative on the U.S. dollar is being reflected to a certain capacity here in the market capitalization of the cryptocurrency. So once again, $324 billion market cap for cryptocurrency. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the major cryptos, and then we'll move on to the stocks, commodities, etc. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin, folks. BTC is the symbol. Now, folks, people in Wall Street now are starting to think that Bitcoin is becoming an indicator for markets. I think that's laughable. I mean, it's the dollar, stupid. It's the dollar. I mean, just take a look at today. The dollar slips, it's down 0.78%, and take a look at the markets. Yesterday, we were down to a market capitalization of $305 billion. We're up to almost $325 billion today. It's the dollar. Keep an eye on the U.S. dollar. Now, if you want my personal opinion, I think that Bitcoin needs to die out as one of the mainstream cryptocurrencies out here. Now, don't get me wrong, I appreciate Bitcoin's contribution to creating the blockchain technology and the blockchain revolution, but I just don't see it feasible. It's old technology, and it needs to get out of being paired together with other cryptos on exchanges. I mean, that's what I'm really sick and tired of. I mean, I'm tired of BTC being paired with other cryptos in exchanges. I mean, we need other pairs going on, to say the least, all right? Anyway, let's get to Bitcoin. Market capitalization for Bitcoin is $126 billion market cap. The current circulating supply is 17 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has gone down 1.05% decrease for Bitcoin. Current price for Bitcoin, $7,406.52. Now, I want to be honest with you. I think that there will be a bounce on Bitcoin because you've got too many bag holders for there not to be. I mean, you've got bag holders on Bitcoin right now up to 20 grand. And not just the bag holders, but take a look at the media and how they're hyping Bitcoin. I mean, as if they're trying to initiate a run to some capacity. I mean, and to be honest with you, there's a lot of people holding the bag on this thing. It'd be an easy run once people start realizing that, hey, we might be at a bottom. And before you know it, you could see this thing climb $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. We've seen it in the past. And what keeps Bitcoin having investors coming to it? Because it's at the top of mind, especially with people who don't have any idea what the fuck cryptocurrency or blockchain technology is. When you ask them about cryptocurrency, the first thing that comes out of their head is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is synonymous with cryptocurrency. So just with that type of marketing, that type of top-of-mind marketing, it still is going to be around for just a little bit longer, in my opinion. But it needs to be faded away as far as I'm concerned, all right? Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, ETH, all right? ETH is the symbol. Current market capitalization is $55 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 99 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum has gone down 1.49%. Current price for Ethereum is $559.59 per Ethereum. Now, once again, if this dollar downslide continues and we see a continued decrease in the dollar, then watch these things go up. I mean, we may be at a bottom here, but that remains to be seen. That's why I keep telling everybody, watch that U.S. dollar. Watch that U.S. dollar. The dollar goes down, crypto goes up. The dollar goes up, crypto goes down. It's that simple. I'm not joking. I mean, we are at that phase at this point. Anyway, Ethereum, $559.59 per Ethereum. And remember, we've got people holding the bag on this one up till $1,200. Let's go ahead and get to Bitcoin Cash here. Now, we saw a decrease of considerable. I think that Bitcoin Cash day before yesterday hit around in the 800s and the high 700s. good buying time, and I hope some of you took advantage of that if you have any liquidity in this red market to do so. Bitcoin Cash, BCH, is the symbol. Current market capitalization is $16 billion market capitalization. The circulating supply is 17 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin Cash has gone down 0.83%. Bitcoin Cash current price is $984.68 per Bitcoin Cash. Let's get to Litecoin, folks. Litecoin, LTC, is the symbol. Current market capitalization is $6.6 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 56 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Litecoin has gone down 2.08%. Current price for Litecoin is $117.53 per Litecoin. And by the way, for those that were, somebody generously dropped about $20 in Litecoin into the cryptocurrency wishing well at Ghost.report. So before I move on, let me go ahead and send some good vibes to the person that threw a $20 of Litecoin into the cryptocurrency wishing well on Ghost.report. And let me just bow our heads and let's all pray that this person gets their wish. Make sure this person has their wish granted because they dropped the 20 spot on Litecoin. Your wish is now granted. All right. Your wish is now granted, all right? Now, let's move on, folks, all right? Let's get to Monero. And what have I told you about Monero? It likes to run, baby. It is a pause. It's a little bit of a pause hole coin, in my opinion, because I think it was made by a freaking brony. But either way, it likes to run. It's a pattern or swing trading play, to say the least. Monero, XMR. Current market cap for Monero is $2.4 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 16 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Monero has gone down 1.73%. Current price for Monero, $155.23 per Monero. Now, you know this one's going to run up to at least 200-something bucks here in the short term once we start seeing U.S. dollars coming back to the cryptocurrency market. But remember, just watch that dollar, watch the dollar, watch the U.S. dollar. Let's get to Dash, symbol DASH. Current market capitalization for Dash is $2.4 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Dash is 8 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Dash has gone down 3.89%. Current price for Dash, $304.14 per Dash. All right, and remember, we've got people holding the bag on that to about $1,000 as well. So you just gotta keep on trucking and hold, especially during this bull run on the damn U.S. dollar. All right. Now, I hate to keep beating a dead horse with the U.S. dollar talk, but I mean, folks, that's what the Inner Circle and myself have both analyzed and understood. This is why we're not trolling now. We're making money moves. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, this is serious business. Cryptocurrency, folks, is going to bring genuine new wealth to the world. Genuine new wealth to the world, man. I'm not talking about, I'm rich. I'm talking new wealth. New wealth. So anyway, with that being said, let's continue on, man. So running out of time here. We got Quantum, baby, which is my main holding. My main holding. QTUM is the symbol. Current market capitalization for Quantum is $1.1 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Quantum is 88 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Quantum has gone down with the market 1.11%. Now, folks, I'm telling you this right now. Technology, 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 technology. That's what Quantum is all about. And I'm telling you, folks, just give it some time here. This damn thing is going to explode. This is going to be one of the main coins of the world because of technology alone. I'm just telling you guys, do your own research on this coin. Many of the inner circle have like over 200, 300, 500 of these coins in each wallet. And I'm telling you, we're expecting the Quantum, QTUM, to get to the trajectory of Ethereum, ETH. Because not only can it do what Ethereum does, but it can do it better, faster, and more secure. And I think it's great. Current price for Quantum is $13.08. A buy, to say the least, all right? Let's get to Zcash. ZEC is the symbol. Current market capitalization for Zcash is $1 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 4 million. Very low circulation still, folks. 4 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Zcash has gone down very slightly, 0.08%. Current price for Zcash, $251.18 per Zero Cash. Let's get to Zero X, folks. Why we like Zero X? Well, I've been calling this for a while. Aside from me and the inner circle getting in on this at about 40 cents, 30 cents, we kind of knew the future on this particular crypto. If y'all haven't heard the news or didn't hear it last week, Zero X, symbol ZRX, its technology, which is the basis of an exchange called Paradex, was acquired recently by none other than Coinbase. So that's why we saw a run on this here earlier, earlier in the week, and we're seeing it contract because of the whole market contraction and the run on the U.S. dollar. So let's go ahead and take a look at Zero X. All right, ZRX is the symbol. Market capitalization is $656 million market cap. The current circulating supply is 531 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Zero X has gone down 1.91%. Current price for Zero X, $1.24. $1.24. And let me tell you, I think this is a great deal even at these prices, because if you compare it to the coin EOS, and listen, June is do or die for EOS, folks, okay? Just to let you know, their technology that they've been hyping for the past year, it's do or die this month. So expect either EOS to make a pop because the technology works and it's better than expected and there's a lot of hype behind it, or it doesn't work and this damn thing's going to tank. But the reason I'm bringing it up in comparison to Zero X is because there's a lot of numbers that are a little bit similar. If you take a look at EOS, symbol EOS, the circulating supply for EOS is 889 million in circulation. Now, I remember buying this damn coin at like 50 cents, 40 cents, and then trading it at $1 and thought I made a lot of money. Folks, this thing has been running and running and running the entire year. And remember, I just told you the circulating supply for EOS. It's 889 million. The current price right now for EOS is $12. It's gotten as high as $16. So you compare that yardstick to Zero X, which actually has been acquired. The technology has been acquired by Coinbase, which actually has news backing it up and actual legit partnerships going on. Zero X is at 531 million in circulation, and it's only at $1.24. So just imagine the room growth in Zero X. I mean, it could be just like EOS, in my opinion, $15, $16. So I think it's a good buy, folks. That's why I'm covering it. All right? I'm not covering Dogecoin, for Christ's sake. And let me tell you something about Dogecoin. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I see that it's actually in the positive during this fucking negative market, okay? Let me tell you something about Dogecoin, okay? It's you stupid, dumb asses all right, that are out here investing your goddamn autism bucks in this stupid meme coin that illegitimizes this marketplace. You know that? I mean, it's you stupid damn autists that are you're just illegitimizing this freaking marketplace because you're investing in this horse shit. And you people make me sick for doing it. You know, you make me sick. Anyway, let me get to a couple more here. Okay, RLC, iExec, symbol RLC. Right now, it's at a big dip here, folks, and I think it's a great buy. You take a look at all the numbers. Aside from the fact that they were at Consensus 2018 and announced a partnership with Intel and actually showed off their technology at Consensus, and everybody was wowed about it. So you know that there's going to be some continued R&D with Intel and iExec, symbol RLC. Let's go ahead and look at it because it's dipped right now, and I think it's a good price. Current market cap for RLC is $132 million. Current circulating supply is 80 million in circulating supply. That's it. 80 million. Now, in the past 24 hours, it has taken a dip. It is down 8.73%. The current price for iExec, symbol RLC, $1.66. $1.66. So as you can see, that's a damn good buy, especially when you consider that this has actual legit names backing it up in a partnership. And that's all. I'm just saying, baby. I'm just trying to help folks that are out there trying to be capitalists. I'm trying to plant seeds to you folks. You know what I mean? I'm trying to plant capitalist seeds out here. Now, last but not least, folks, I want to cover this one crypto that I covered back in the day. It's called Civic. They were also at Consensus 2018. Civic, the symbol is CVC. I have a considerable holding in Civic because I believe in the technology. One of the things that they showed off at Consensus 2018 was an actual autonomous vending machine that dispensed beer and could positively make sure that everyone's over 21 based upon the Civic blockchain technology. So you had to get Civic to get to this beer dispensing vending machine so you could pay the vending machine to dispense you a beer. So, I mean, even though that's kind of trivial, but if you can eliminate the bar broad, you know that, or the beer tub broad, you know those beer tub broads, or the broad that brings you the beer? I mean, if you can eliminate that, just imagine the cost cuts of a bar establishment or a restaurant. So, I'm looking at that. Anyway, the reason I'm covering this is because it's taken a tremendous spike. It's taken a tremendous spike upward. And let's go ahead and cover it right now, and I think it's at a very, very good low for people to consider, okay? I think it's a tremendous good low. Right now, CVC, current market cap is $121 million market capitalization. Current circulating supply is $342 million in circulation. Now, folks, in the past 24 hours, in this down market, CVC has gone up 14.14%. 14.14% increase on today. Current price for Civic is 35 cents. Now, the reason I like this one, folks, is because I like the fact that people that are holding the bag on this one are as high as $1.33. Secondly, this has some pretty good technology backing it up. As a matter of fact, I believe it was on CNN today. And yeah, I'm looking at the news here. Here, first crypto vending machines arrive, and it's got Civic right all over it. So this is some very interesting evolutions, very interesting technologies and innovations that are being developed by this team. And I know for a fact that this thing could go higher than a fucking measly 35 cents, all right? Than a damn 35 goddamn cents. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the stock markets, folks. I know that we're kind of pushing it overboard and pushing it to the limit, but that's what we do. Now, yesterday, if you took a look at the markets yesterday, the markets were down 400 points yesterday, and the reason is because of this trade war that we're having with China. If you all haven't known, folks, or didn't know, yesterday, the president slapped a 25% tariff on some Chinese goods. Now, the president hasn't put out a list of those Chinese goods as of late. I think that from what I've read, he's going to put it out on Saturday. And, of course, China's not very happy about this. They are claiming that they're going to retaliate to protect their, quote, interests. So it's very interesting what the hell's going to happen here. So the market reacted to that yesterday. Another thing it reacted to was the Italy debt crisis. Now, we talked about that a little bit in the previous show, but Italy is the third largest bond distributor in the world. So that means that every institution, that's damn near, I would think, every institution, I'm talking financial institution, banking institution, are holding Italy's debt. I mean, if it's the third largest bond distributor in the world, then, I mean, that debt is spread out everywhere. And if the Italians default on their debt, then that makes those bonds pretty much useless. And as a result, you're going to have a lot of pissed off bondholders. And what usually happens is this. And this is what happened in Greece, because we had a similar situation in Greece. Remember when Greece was pissed off and, they were rioting and burning banks and shit? Well, the reason they're pissed off is because their socialist system could no longer sustain itself. And because it wasn't producing anything for a gross domestic product, it couldn't pay off the bond yields or the interest to the bond yields to all the bondholders that hold bonds for their country. I mean, you all need to understand, folks, this is how debt is sold on the world market. What happens is that, let's say the United States needs money. Well, the United States, to extend the debt, for instance, have to go out in the world market and sell United States bonds at 5, 10, 20-year bond notes. And the longer the bond note, typically the more generous the yield. And what happens here is that the United States, considering that we're so good for paying our debts and that sort of thing, we got considerably decent interest rates from the world market whenever we sold our bonds to the international community. Now, it wasn't until the Democrats, led by Chuck Kick the American People in the Balls Schumer, who shut down the government over DACA. Remember that? You remember that shit? Remember when Chuck Kicked the American People in the Balls Schumer shut down the government over DACA? Well, that spooked the bond markets, and as a result, the bond yields went higher. And because the bond yields went higher, it skewed the market for a second. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's one thing for those of us that want the dollar to go down in value. That's something we need to scope out, because they have bond auctions every quarter or every so often that the Treasury needs to sell more debt. And how the yields go up is if there are enough people at these bond auctions to purchase the actual bonds themselves. And because of the last government shutdown, there wasn't that many international investors willing to just purchase our debt at the yield rates that we were given. So as a result, we had to heighten the yield rates so that the investors could continue to purchase our debt. Now, that's a crash course in bonds and debt and government debt and how it relates. But that's exactly what's happening here in Italy. And Italy is the third largest bond distributor. So just imagine how many people are holding Greek debt right now. And if these sons of bitches go bankrupt, then the contagion of that is going to affect the entire globe. It could be a global contraction. Now, the only reason that the contagion of the Greek crisis didn't really spread beyond, I would say that time frame was about 3 months, is because the government made a deal with the bondholders. Now, instead of defaulting on the bondholders, they implemented austerity measures on the Greek people. meaning that the socialist lifestyle that the Greeks were living under, like, oh yes, I am a Greek socialist and I retire at 40 and I have a 5-hour workday with like a 2-hour lunch break and yes, I just do what I want. I'm socialist, I am bourgeois, and all that bullshit. All that unproductive bullshit that socialism tried to sell us in the 80s and 90s, it can't sustain itself. I mean, an unproductive socialist shithole society that does nothing but drink, eat, and fuck is not conducive to sustain a payment of debts, much like what was happening in Greece. So instead of Greece defaulting on its debt, it went to the bondholders and said, look, let's make a deal, all right? We can pay you back, but, we need to do something, and we'll balance our books. And what Greece did is it implemented austerity measures. It took away the socialist lifestyle that Greece was used to, and that's why Greece was rioting at the time, folks. That's why Greece was rioting, and they were throwing fucking Molotovs at banks and trying to charge into banks because they were pissed that they had to renegotiate and redo their way of life so that they can pay the bondholders that their government, remember, that's what these dumb socialist people don't understand. That was their government's decision. When you're in a communist or socialist government, you as the people have no decision making. You have no decision making authority. So it was their government that made these decisions. And hence, since the debt crisis put the fucking government in a pinch, they were the ones that made the decision for austerity measures. So that's what's happening here in Italy, but it's at a grander scale because, as I stated, it's the third largest bond distributor, man. So this contagion of this default could fucking hit every goddamn financial institution and bank. This could be a very serious issue, and that's why the markets contracted 300 points yesterday, 400 points, whatever the hell it was, because of these two factors in general. But now that the Italian thing, it looks like, it may situate itself. Remember we talked about it the last show that the Italian government doesn't look like it's going to be able to sustain this radical new government with both the extreme left and the extreme right parties being the majority. Well, they're trying to give the government another try. They're trying to give the government another try. So just based on that, you have a lot of the investors saying, okay, that's good. All right, we get it. It's all right. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And as a result, that's why you're seeing positive numbers in the stock market today. So let's go ahead and get to it. Dow Jones Industrial is up 306.33 points. A percentage increase of 1.26%, closing out the Dow Jones Industrial at 24,667.78 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. All right, let's get to the S&P. The S&P 500 is up 34.15 points, a percentage increase of 1.27%, closing out the S&P at 2,724.01 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also up, folks, 65.86 points, a percentage increase of 0.89%, closing out the NASDAQ at 7,462.45 points for the NASDAQ composite. All right, let's go ahead and get to some commodities now, folks. Now, since we saw a decrease in the dollar, that's why we're seeing an increase a little bit in the equities market, and we should see this reflected in the commodities market, right, folks? I mean, that's what I've been teaching you guys. I've been teaching you guys ever since I started this broadcast. We see the dollar go down, commodities go up, right? Let's go take a look and see if that's reflected. Let's take a look at oil. Now, oil, it was running very high today, folks, and the reason is because even though there was a little bit of a output production because of the pressuring of President Trump on Saudi Arabians, OPEC is going to meet in June. And it's going to be early June, so a lot of the investors in these markets, and they're not dumb people, are speculating that there's going to be a production cut. There's going to be a production cut with OPEC. There's already production cut obligations, or I should say a pre-obligation cuts for non-OPEC countries. So as a result, we saw a little bit of a run on oil today, but it has now calmed down. So let's go ahead and take a look at it right now. Let's take a look at WTI sweet crude. It is down 17 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.25%, closing out WTI at $68.04 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. Anyway, folks, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread this show link around the internet like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is ghost.report, baby. That's right. You just type that in your browser, add that to your bookmarks and your favorites, ghost.report. And you can not only catch the live stream on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, but you can also look into the archives, baby. You understand? Every one of my shows is archived for your listening pleasure. And unlike the last time when I was at Blog Talk Radio, when you download these, there's no advertising, nothing. All right? We independent now! And I'm loving it, by the way. I'm loving it. Anyway, let me go ahead and drink some Love on the Rocks. Been here, sitting here, neglecting the drink here. And for those of you that are concerned about my copious amount of alcohol consumption, always remember that, first of all, I'm a capitalist. Second of all, I can do that. And third of all, I understand the trade-off I'm making with health. So, just keep that in mind. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a capitalist. So, cheers to everybody out there who's listening to the True Capitalist Radio show. And cheers to everybody in the True Capitalist Radio chat room. And, of course, cheers to the Inner Circle. And cheers to the modern-day George Washington, the greatest president in American history, the man himself, Donald Trump. Cheers, baby. Cheers. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Nothing like a little bit of scotch. Nothing like a little bit of scotch to save the day, huh? Anyway, let's continue on with the markets, folks, okay? Oh, yeah, by the way, I forgot to let everybody know, if you want to be a part of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, because everybody's always asking, how do I get in the chat room? How do I get in the chat room? Go to my Gab account right now, and by God, if you don't have a Gab account, well, then get one, man. It's the last bastion of freedom of speech on social media today. And you can find me on there under the name Politics Ghost, all right? All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And once you're there, go ahead and click the button that says subscribe for premium content. That's all you got to do. Click the button that says subscribe for premium content. And once you do, go ahead and give me a private message on Gab and let me know what your Discord chat name is. Let me know what your Discord chat name is, and I will give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. It's as simple as that. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's get to Brent crude, okay? Now, Brent crude, there is a considerable difference from WTI to Brent crude here, folks, and it looks like Brent is going to be a very, very high price, considerable to WTI. Let me go ahead and explain to you this, all right? First of all, Brent crude is the crude oil that's consumed by Europe. So there's a lot of things going on between Europe and how it's going to get its oil. That's why it's kissing Iran's ass by trying to sustain this Iran nuke deal. Iran says, okay, you want to sustain the Iran nuke deal? Well, you're going to have to buy our oil exclusively with euros, which is another thing that could jeopardize the integrity of the dollar, so keep an eye on that. But with that being said, this is what's driving the price of Brent crude considerably higher from WTI. Let's take a look at it. Right now, though, current currently, Brent crude is down 20 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.26%, closing out Brent crude at $77.30 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Now, let's get to look at gasoline, folks. Gasoline, you know, is going up and up and up, baby. It's going up, so fill up your gas tanks, and once you fill it up at the end of the day of going home, try to top it off, especially during the time that a damn gas prices are going to continue to go up on a daily basis. Take a look at the gasoline futures. They are up 2.19% increase on the day. On the day. Let's go ahead and look at natural gas. It is up 0.17%, and heating oil is up 1.77% increase on the day. Let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got gold is up modestly 70 cents, a percentage increase of 0.05%, closing out gold at $1,307.20 per troy ounce of gold. We've got silver. It is down today 1 cent, a percentage decrease of 0.08%, closing out silver at $16.53 per troy ounce of silver. We've got cotton. It is copper, not cotton. Copper is up 0.10%, and platinum is up 0.06%. Let's get to agriculture, folks. Grains, we've got corn is up 0.13%. Wheat is down 0.77%. Oats is down 0.21%. Rough rice is down 0.73%. Soybean is down 0.12%. Soybean oil is up 0.29%. And canola is down 0.04%. Let's get to the soft, shall we? Cocoa, which is the base for chocolate. What I've been telling you about cocoa and why it continues to arise. Why does it continue to rise? Ebola, 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 Ebola. Anyway, cocoa is up 1.28% increase on the day. Let's get to coffee.
Hey, dude, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, because I'm a little fruity.
Oh. Shut up, you stupid fruit bowl. We've got coffee up 0.04%. We've got sugar. Sugar is up 1.12% increase. And orange juice, it has collapsed today. Remember that gradual increase we continue to see because of the concern with Brazil. Brazil, of course, is the largest producer of oranges, and they're suffering through a little bit of a crisis. I mean, I read, folks, that Brazil, the people of Brazil are begging for the military dictatorship, the military junta to come back. I mean, I was just talking about this, man. I mean, did you all know that it wasn't but a few years ago, maybe a little bit more than a few years ago, maybe about a decade ago, when the military junta of Brazil transitioned from its control to a civilian government control. And when it transitioned to the control of a civilian government, the civilian government fucked it completely up. And that's why they're in the messed up situation they're in now. Now, during the military junta's reign, believe it or not, Brazil was actually energy independent. Now, how were they energy independent? They were able to produce energy with their abundance of sugar cane that they have just growing wild all over the country. So they were actually energy independent. This is actual fact. And then when they transitioned into the civilian government, the civilian government, of course, got a little greedy, because, I guess money talks. And they decided to go ahead and allow drilling off the coast of Brazilian shores of oil so that they could collect the cash for. And then they started using the oil and gasoline and then stopped being, so independent energy-wise. I mean, it all got fucked up. And as a matter of fact, the last president of Brazil that truly messed up the country and the country is never going to come back from was, of course, a woman. I just had to throw that in there. I'm just saying. For all you feminists out there that always talk shit.
Oh, I'm a feminist. I'm a woman. Hear me roar.
I mean, how many more countries do women leaders have to fuck up before we realize that maybe women leadership isn't the best quality for people that are female? I'm just saying. I mean, not only was it Brazil that was fucked up by a woman. Remember that one broad before Moon in South Korea? That broad that got arrested because she was actually going to some cult to make her policy for foreign and domestic policy for Korea. I forgot her goddamn name. She got tried for treason. I mean, look at the broad from Argentina. Argentina, about 10 years ago, just got out of horrible debt. They had paid off their debt. I mean, they were just emerging out of a bad economic situation. And then another woman goes in there, fucks it all up, and then claims, this is what she claims, okay? She claims there, like, a little bit towards the end of her tenure, she slipped, fell, hit her head. And I guess she's assuming that, I'm sorry, I wasn't all there, I hit my head. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it is, but she did hit her head. Anyway, look, I'm not anti-woman, folks. I'm just saying maybe, just maybe, woman leaders aren't the best leaders in the world, okay? I mean, there's nothing sexist to say. An obvious fucking observation. All right? And listen, I'm not saying all women, because there were some badass women leaders. Not many, but there were some. I mean, take a look at the original Queen Elizabeth, man. I mean, without Queen Elizabeth, believe it or not, the original one, I'm not talking about the old bag in there now. I'm talking about the original Queen Elizabeth. This woman, if it hadn't have been for her and her reign, we would have never have seen English imperialism. We would have never have seen the colonies in the New World. We would have never seen any of this stuff. And she was a good leader. Margaret Thatcher, another badass leader. I mean, a broad with balls who was fearless. But once again, what do I always say about a group? What do I always say about a group? A group is defined by its majority, okay? So I'm just saying. Anyway, let's get back to commodities. Oranges, all right? Orange juice is down 4.24% decrease. We've got cotton up 0.22%. Lumber is down 1.64%. Rubber is down 0.21%. Ethanol is down 1.59%. Let's get to the livestock, baby. Let me tell you something. Livestock right now is going high. It is going high because, you know, it's the Make America Great Again policies. Man, I mean, we're renegotiating trade deals. And what is the first thing that people want, I mean, in the international community when it comes to renegotiating trade deals? American beef. Grade A American beef. And that's why you're seeing increases in live cattle, lean hog, all across the board. Let's take a look at it, all right? Live cattle is up 2.96% increase. All right, cattle feeder is also up 2.47%. And lean hog, you all know about the Hambo movement, folks. Whenever you see a fat jelly-ass bastard in a goddamn hover-round, you know, riding around in the grocery store in a shopping mall, don't hesitate right when he passes by you or her pass by you. Just say, Hambo. Fat, greasy-ass, stinky, smelly Hambo. Just keep doing it. Don't confront them. Don't do anything. Just say, Hambo. And I'm telling you, they'll get the picture, and hopefully they'll put the fucking fork down. Anyway, lean hog is up 1.62% increase on the day. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. It is a Wednesday edition of the broadcast. Once again, it is May 30th, 2018, and we're almost into the summer, for Christ's sake. Let me go ahead and hook this up. A little bit of love on the rocks, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Now, this next part of the broadcast, of course, is chat room and Gab shoutouts. Now, before I get to chat room and Gab shoutouts, okay, Before I get to chat room and Gab shoutouts, I got to have another drink. I mean, I'm serious. I have to have another drink because all you assholes want to do is ridicule the bejesus out of me, and I really don't appreciate it one bit, all right? Secondly, I did take a poll on whether or not we should bring back Radio Graffiti, and of course, it's mostly a bunch of no's with a lot of yeses. So, look, I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I am transitioned now from Blog Talk Radio to my own independent operation. I'm like several thousand in the hole just setting up this operation. But you know what? I don't care, first of all, because I'm trying to reach capitalists throughout the world. But by God, man, when I was with Blog Talk Radio, they were at least giving me on average $4,000 a month to do the broadcast. Okay, so that's, you know, a little bit of an incentive to put up with the kind of autistic shit that Radio Graffiti encompasses, for Christ's sake. So, I don't know, man. I mean, you know, I don't know what to do. I mean, you know, you guys got to put your money where your mouth is. I'll figure out something on Friday, all right? I'll figure out something on Friday. But remember, the fate of Radio Graffiti is up to you. Now, before that, let's just go ahead and let me go ahead and get to some chat room shout-outs. All right, folks? Let me go ahead and get some chat room shout-outs. But before I do, I have to do this. I'm sorry. It's hump day. I've got to do this. I know I'm about to get a bunch of ridicule and a bunch of garbage from people on the internets, so I might as well do it. Let's go ahead and do it now. Let's get some more beer! That's right, baby. More beer. I'm not even joking around, man. I mean, this is the kind of crap I've got to do just so I can palate this son of a bitch. Just so I can palate this. Let's go ahead and just put it on, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, now that we've got some beer, all right? Now that we've got some beer and I'm ready to go, let's go ahead and get to some goddamn chat room shout-outs, shall we? And by the way, their engineer, do we got any chat room shout-outs by any chance? All right. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to some chat room shout-outs right now. All right. We've got the Trump and Kardashian affair at the White House. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Don't go there, man. Don't go there. We got the professor in the place. What's going on to the professor? Fire in Sydney grows. What the hell is that supposed to mean? We got Stagio in the house. We got Sparked in the place. We got Sell Eagle Cock merch. Or Eagle Cock merch? Nobody knows Eagle Cock. Well, you got to Google him. So anyway, we got Saturday show instead of Radio Graffiti. Well, you want me to fucking put on a whole different show? Look, man, I'll think about it. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll see what happens. I'll think of something on Friday, and we'll see what happens, all right? Jesus Christ. Who else do we got? We got Roseanne Barr! That's not the real Roseanne Barr. As a matter of fact, let me say something about this. Well, I'll say it later. It's a part of the show. We'll talk about it later. I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's continue with chat room shout-outs, all right? Anyway, we got Roseanne Barr. We got the planet of Valerie Jarrett. The planet of Valerie Jarrett. I mean, come on, man. She looks a little apey. Come on, man. I mean, there's nothing racist about it. Come on, have you seen her Wikipedia page, man? She's like a sperm shake full of different nationalities. I mean, did y'all see? I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm Iranian. I'm black. I'm French Polynesian. I'm Native American. I'm not joking. Jesus Christ, man. What else we got? We got hot deals in Sydney. Oh, come on, man. We got Pootie Pie. What the hell's Pootie Pie doing in here, for Christ's sake? We got Pepe the Frog in the place. Who else do we have here? We got Palmer Raids for Autists. Palmer Raids for Autists. If that means to get them off the streets, that's fine with me. We got Mummy Yummy Lemons in the house. Metaform. Jingo Burt. We got JD in the place. We've got Oh, my. In the house, we've got Holden Capitalist, Hawk Late Milk, Hambone Capitalist, David Hayter. We got K9 Kebabs in Scheidem. Oh, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got Cyber Necro, the colon punisher. What fucking sick bastards, man? Cold Sydney needs more fire. Obviously, there's a fire in Sydney, Australia, folks, and people are already they're already going at it, for Christ's sake. They're already going at it. Bard from ABC. Bard, oh, you mean Roseanne Barr, Bard? Yeah, shut up, you idiot. We got Celexa. We got Capitalist Chris in the house. We got Capitalist America in the place. We got C for AR. We got Brodog in the house. We got Boat. We got Black Star Try. We got Beer Force. We've got Australian Capitalist. We've got Aesthetic is Ghosts Rent Boy. Oh, no, don't even kid around about that shit, man. Fucking Ghosts Rent Boy. Shut your ass, all right? And we've got BN King in the place. All right, that's enough, all right? Aesthetic is Ghost Rent Boy. You sick fuck. I mean, you sick bastard, man. Anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and do some Gab shout-outs. Now, if you want a Gab shout-out, all you got to do is go to my Gab right now, all right, Politics Ghost, and once you do, like the first post that's on my Gab account, and that's the post that states, True Capitalist Radio is now live. Listen in. Once again, like the post that states, True Capitalist Radio is now live. Listen in. If you like that post, I will give you a shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Hey, engineer, do we have any goddamn Gab shout-outs to be had out here? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to it right now. What do we got here? We got Be Ghost Friend for 99 cents a minute. Shut up, you stupid moron. As a matter of fact, I'm about to sell my line, so it's probably going to be something else in the next month or so. So yeah, shove it up your ass, all right? All right, who else we got here? We got Fagmaster Gary Condit, whatever the hell that means. We got Fake Brit Snake Thunderdome off TCR Chat LOL. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean, man? We got National Capitalist Texan Working Party. Shut the fuck up. There ain't no freaking commies out here. America Rejoicing, Charlesworth. We got Nathan in the place. The Cali Capitalist. Demetrios in the house. Who else we have here? We got Colon Destroyer, man. Jupes, I did it again. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that fucking mean? We got Chaz Mansky. We've got Tigers Up, Ghost Cunt. Shut up, for Christ's sake. Are you talking about Tiger Upper Cunt? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, you think you're so cute? Just shut up. Just shut up before I finish you.
Finish him.
I'm just going to make you look lower than the clitoris between your mom's knees, boy.
Fatality.
All right, that's enough. Anyway, let's continue going. We got Bob Fuller in the place. We've got Ghost first, Roseanne next, Trump last. Fuck off, all right? Just shove it up your goddamn colon pipe. You cheesehole chomping piece of Cincinnati bow tie loving crap. Who else do we have here? We've got, I'm not saying that. That's really what they have. Just shut up. Mr. Metalcore equals Poshole. I don't know, man. As a matter of fact, the whole scene, man, Metalcore and the Ralph Retort and all they're just cringy now, man. I mean, it's like they took a page from me, right? And they're like, look at all those autists. They'll listen to your broadcast. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be entertainment for tards. And here I am. I'm trying not I'm trying not to be entertainment for tards. I'm trying not. I'm trying to dissuade people from being... I don't want to be entertainment for tards, man. I don't, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. Anyway, who else do we have here? We got the nutty stool sample. The nutty stool sample, you sick bastard, for Christ's sake. We got Justice for Roseanne. Sell merch for Radio Graffiti. Oh, shut up, all right? Just shut up. We've got Green Navel Lint. Jesus Christ. Who else do we have here, for Christ's sake? Sydney Schmores. Virginity Snatcher. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck kind of goddamn names is this, man? What kind of crap is this? Good God. Let me take a drink of my beer, for Christ's sake, man. Ugh. Colon polyp specialist. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, man, I'm going to stop saying these, man. I'm serious. You people are making me sick. I'm going to stop saying these goddamn names, for Christ's sake. What is this? Australians equal the Jews of TCR? What the fuck does that mean? Australians equal the Jews of TCR? Hey, look, I just happen to have a lot of freaking fans out of Australia, man. All right? I mean, we got a lot of capitalists in Australia. What the hell can I say? What do you expect? I mean, good God. Don't be hating, baby. Don't be fucking hating out here. Don't be hating. Jesus Christ. We've got the college debt whore. Oh, my God, for Christ's sake. Oh, here we go. BJ's for Chuck E. Cheese coins. All right, look, I've had enough of this crap. All right, that's enough. All right, enough. I don't want to get too ridiculously immature because we're trying to be serious goddamn business, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus Christ, man. Give me my beer. More beer, for Christ's sake. All right. Enough of all these ridiculous names and enough of all this crap, all right? Let's talk about some straight political dope, okay? Let's talk about my man, the greatest president in American history, and I'm talking about Donald Trump. Now, folks, did you all see the speech last night in Nashville, Tennessee? I mean, it was a glorious 2016-esque speech. And I loved how he came out and told everybody who was listening that it's time to get serious. You can't be complacent. And this 2018 midterm election is as serious as the 2016 election for president. I mean, don't you understand that that's the reason why Donald Trump has not been able to implement his Make America Great Again policies in full implementation? Because not only does he have to work against these obstructionist Democrats, but he also has these scumbags in the Republican Party that are a part of the goddamn establishment swamp. And let me tell you, folks, I am glad that he laid it all out on the table last night. I'm glad that he went after immigration, because it seems to me that a lot of these goddamn Republicans that are moderate or right of center, they don't want to touch the immigration issue. As a matter of fact, most, quote, independents, according to the poll that was happening instantaneously with the speech, last night's speech in Nashville, they had these like little sample groups in which they tell them to push a button if they like what the president is saying, and then to push another button if they don't like what the president's saying. And it seems to me, according to this instantaneous Instapoll, that the majority of those that are on the independent side don't want to hear about immigration. They don't want to hear about immigration reform. They don't want to hear about the wall. I mean, folks, where did we get to this point in American society in which we just want an open border and we just want to let anybody come in? It doesn't matter if they're criminals. It doesn't matter if they're drug dealers. It doesn't matter if they're terrorists. Just let them in. Where did we get this ridiculous liberal lunacy mentality? I mean, folks, if you don't have a border, you don't have a country. I mean, aren't you idiots looking at what's happening to Europe and the refugee crisis, for Christ's sake? I mean, that's the consequence of open borders right there. You've got a bunch of wild Yehudis that went into European countries, and they are now taking control of the entire European countries that they are supposed to be seeking refuge in. But instead of taking refuge in, it seems that they're conquering those that are giving them refuge. And folks, I've known somebody in the inner circle that recently came back from Germany. Folks, Germany is completely Islamic. I mean, they oblige these Islamic refugees to the point in which it's as bad as this. It's as bad that in these nice parks that used to be German, exclusively German, now they are a danger to those that want to just generally walk the park. Because Yehudis are everywhere. They're going up to people. They're demanding money. They're demanding all kinds of shit. And moreover, folks, there is a designated place for these people to defecate in the park. And I'm not talking about a toilet. I'm not talking about a public restroom. These people are literally, and this is according to somebody who spent a month in Germany out there, they are literally popping a squat, taking a shit, and there's a dedicated area to do this. And this is to accommodate these uncivilized Yehudis, for Christ's sake. Moreover, there's kebab shops everywhere. Oh, my God. Kebab shops everywhere, man. There's places where women are told not to go there by themselves. There's places where women are told not to be dressing in provocative gear, provocative clothing. I mean, why is it that Europe had to readjust its entire lifestyle, its way of life, to accommodate people that were supposed to be seeking refuge from an oppressive government? And what makes me sick is that nobody in Europe is doing a goddamn thing about it. I mean, Europe is so cucked at this point that they're just allowing these Yehudis to rape their women, pillage their land, without doing anything in opposition. I mean, I want to be honest with you, folks. If the country of America turned that bad, and it was starting to show signs of it during Obama, but it wasn't Europe yet. If it got that bad, folks in this country would hold the people that made the decisions for those damn refugees to go into our country and make it their own. Those people would have to pay. I mean, how come I haven't seen any kind of retribution from Europe against the bureaucrats in Brussels? How come I've not seen one European take retribution in their own parliament? I mean, folks, these are the people to blame for the situation that your country's in. And why did they do this? Because, as I stated time and time again, the European Union is a communist experiment. And what they are doing is they are consolidating all the member states that are the European Union. They're consolidating them all, and they are controlling them in every capacity necessary. I mean, that's why they brought in the wild Yehudi, so that they could ethnically cleanse you people out there in Europe. And that's why they don't give a crap if women are getting raped by Yehudis. They hope they're getting raped. They hope that they're having half Yehudi babies, so that they can create a new Europe. So there could be no lineage, no bloodline, no loyalty to any nationalism, to any of the countries that comprised of the European Union nation state. I mean, this is communism. And we were this close to just following that suit. But thank God Donald Trump was elected, and he is putting a fucking wrench in this globalist machine, and the remnants of it can be seen everywhere. Now back to yesterday's speech in Nashville, Tennessee by the president. I loved how he went right at immigration, because, folks, the immigration laws that we have in America are a joke. And I've talked about them. I'm glad that the president is talking about them, because it needs repeating. Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack don't understand that it's easy for anybody to come into this goddamn country. I mean, once they go past the border and they are caught in the United States, what happens is this. They're not shipped back to the border of Mexico and thrown back into Mexico. That's not what happens, folks. What happens is they're taken to a detainment center, they're given a court date, and they're allowed to go free in the United States until they come back for their court date. And you know what? Most of them never come back. That's our immigration fucking system in this goddamn country. Moreover, this idea of chain migration. You know that the latest terrorist that hit the United States, this person was not only here because of our flimsy immigration system, but he was also able to use chain migration to bring in 28 other Yehudis just like him. That's what they call chain migration. This idea that, okay, you're allowed to be a citizen, why don't you bring as many relatives and friends as, the government allows you to bring in? I mean, that's what the president wants to put an end to, folks. He wants to put an end to chain migration, and if you're going to limit it to anybody, just limit it to spouses and children. It's as simple as that. And eliminate this goddamn lottery system. I've never heard of a fucking immigration lottery system. Like, hey, you won the lottery. You are now a citizen. Come on down. Go ahead and collect entitlements because the price is right. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. And this is what the president wants to get rid of. He doesn't want to rid immigration out of the American equation, but he wants a merit-based system. What's so wrong about having a merit-based system as immigration policy? Meaning that you're not going to come into America unless you can do something for America, unless you can make your own living in America, unless you are a proven asset to America. You're not just going to come in here just because. You're not going to just do that just because. And why is this so hard for the American public to swallow? That, look, we're trying to protect the way of life that we have grown accustomed to, we love, and many of us take advantage of. I mean, where did we get to this point where American citizens think that people who come into this country illegally supersede the importance of actual American citizens? When the hell did this happen? I mean, I'm serious. When the hell did this crap happen, for Christ's sake, man? What kind of an American citizen are you for you to be championing illegal immigrants above American citizens? I mean, this is complete liberal lunacy, folks. But that's what the Democrats are advocating, aren't they, huh? And I liked yesterday the president called out Nancy Pelosi by name. He even called her the MS-13 lover. The MS-13 lover, man. And you want to know why that is? Because our president used the word animals in referencing MS-13. Folks, do you even know what MS-13 is? I mean, don't believe the leftist hype. These people are animals. They've got tattoos all over their faces, their heads. They tear out hearts. They chop off body parts. I mean, are you familiar with these bodies that they're finding in the middle of Mexico? These mass burials of women and people. This is MS-13, bro. And these are the people that are in this country and the Democrats want to take up for, man. You do the research. Look up MS-13 and take a look at the type of crap that's in this country and that the Democrats are trying to champion. The Democrats are trying to champion these people as human, even though they do the most grotesque terrorist acts, just so that they can instill fear in their enemies. Chopping off body parts, ripping out hearts. I mean, these guys are truly grotesque because they want to be feared. And I'm tired of people trying to equate immigration with MS-13. MS-13 is one of the sickest criminal organizations in the world. I mean, they like brutalizing. They like killing. I mean, that's what they do. They just look at them. Look at the physical appearance of an MS-13 gang member, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And yet You have Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats and this progressive movement that's out here in America wanting to bring more and more of these people to the country. Can you believe that? Calling them human beings. This is the party of the criminal and the illegal immigrant. That's the Democratic Party. Haven't you noticed that the Democratic Party never comes out for American people anymore? Never comes out and advocates for American people and their progress. No, you have to be an illegal immigrant or a goddamn criminal for them to even bat an eye at you. I mean, hell, like I said in the beginning of this broadcast, it was Chuck Kick the American People in the Balls Schumer that shut down the government because of DACA! Because of DACA! So, folks, I want each and every one of you to throw that in the face of every Democrat that comes to your path and say, listen, you mean to tell me that you think that MS-13 gang members are human beings and you want them living next to you in your neighborhood? Because that's what Nancy Pelosi is preaching. That's what the left is preaching. I mean, there was a leftist journalist that actually tweeted that he would rather have his daughter marry an MS-13 gang member than a Republican. That was an actual tweet by some leftist journalist. I mean, look it up for yourself, folks. That's what I'm telling you. I mean, if you're voting Democrat, if you're voting leftist, then you are just as lunatic as the people that are advocating these ridiculous policies. How can you all stand for this type of crap? How can you, that are calling yourselves Democrats, that are calling yourselves leftists, how can you look in the mirror and suggest to yourself that you're a good American when every policy that this Democratic Party is advocating is anti-America, is pro-immigrant? And I'm not talking about legal immigration, okay? I'm talking about illegal immigrants. I'm talking about criminals. These are the only people that the Democrats stand for. Those are the only people that the Democrats stand for. Illegal immigrants and criminals. I mean, it makes me sick, man. It makes me sick that these people can wake up and look at themselves in the fucking mirror at night. That's why the president put an emphasis on immigration in last night's speech, and I'm glad he did. Not to mention, I'm glad he called out John McCain, not by name, but he called out that one vote that could have overturned Obamacare, and that was none other than that tumor in the head John McCain piece of crap. And by the way, what the hell is John McCain still doing alive? Doesn't this guy have a brain tumor, for Christ's sake? I mean, this has got to be one of the goddamn longest living brain tumor people I've ever seen in my life. Are you kidding? It's not even brain tumor, it's brain cancer. It's not even like it's a benign tumor. It's a growing fucking cancer in his head. Hey, McCain, hurry up and die. Hurry up and die, McCain. You're a traitor. I read right through you, you piece of crap. I've heard the Tokyo Rose broadcast that you made for North Vietnamese, you fucking traitor. Everybody who served and was in prisoner of war with you said that you were a Songbird McCain. You were Songbird McCain, you piece of crap. Everything that you've ever done, McCain, has been a failure in life, and the only reason that the government and everybody brushes up your fuck-ups is because your father was an admiral and your grandfather was an admiral. You're a fucking traitor, McCain. I spit on you. I spit on your grave, you piece of shit. There was people out there that were out there for 15 years in the prisoner of war camps in Vietnam at the Hanoi Hilton. And they heard your ass singing like a fucking canary. And the proof got taken out August 2016. When some researcher in the National Archives found your goddamn Tokyo Rose tape in a mislabeled CIA box. You're a fucking traitor! You piece of crap, you're a traitor! Jesus Christ. But I'm glad the president called out that piece of crap. And let me tell you, folks, and just like the president emphasized yesterday in that speech, we have to take the 2018 midterms very serious. You have to go out and vote. You have to vote for people that are going to vote in line with Donald Trump's Make America Great Again policy. That's the only way we're going to save this goddamn country, man. We've got Republicans that won't, and for whatever reason don't want to, oblige what the people voted for. As a matter of fact, we have Republicans trying to help the deep state, trying to help the swamp take down our president. I talked about it the other day that little Marco came out and said that, well, no, Trump needs to let Robert Mueller's investigation continue, and he's going to have to let it continue, and no, Robert Mueller's a good man, and what? Of course little Marco's going to say that. Little Marco got humiliated in the 2016 debates. And look at this little prick. He can't let it go, can he, huh? Just like a fucking closeted gay Cuban, for Christ's sake. Can't let it go, can't you? Huh? You can't let it go, bitch. Huh? You can't let it go, bitch? Huh, Marco? Bitch? Yeah, he was out there on the media, making the media rounds, saying that, no, Robert Mueller needs to continue, and Trump cannot fire him. If he does, he's going to cause a constitutional crisis. Fuck you, little Marco, all right? Your little gay pictures that were circulating out in 2016 should have caused a goddamn constitutional crisis, you fruit bowl. I mean, only a gay man would make references to somebody's hands in comparison to their cock size. Only a gay man! And that's what Marco Rubio did! Y'all remember the 2016 debate when he was talking about Trump's hands? What kind of a fruit bowl are you, boy? Well, not only Marco Rubio is turning against Trump, folks. What have I told you about this scumbag, doll hair sporting Trey Gowdy? What have I told you about this scumbag? This scumbag is a part of the establishment. He's a part of the swamp, even though he was the consequence of the so-called Tea Party movement. This son of a bitch botched the whole Hillary Clinton Benghazi situation. Remember, this guy was running that so-called committee in which was investigating this Benghazi situation, and he, single-handedly, because of his own fucking pompousness and incompetence, Trey Gowdy allowed Hillary Rotten Clinton to just go off scot-free. No big deal. Even though they lied about the entire situation. First, they lied that it was a video that spawned this so-called raid on a so-called consulate. Then we find out that Benghazi wasn't even a consulate, because if it was a consulate or if it was an embassy, it would have had the United States military guarding that particular facility, but that wasn't the case, was it? Who was guarding the ambassador? Who was guarding Ambassador Stevens? The CIA! CIA operatives were guarding Ambassador Stevens. And now, why is that? Why in the hell would CIA agents be guarding Ambassador Stevens? Well, first of all, Ambassador Stevens was an expert in Middle Eastern civilization, Middle Eastern culture, specifically in the region of Benghazi. He knew the terrain. He's been there several times. He supposedly knew some of the warlords out there. The reason, folks, that Ambassador Stevens was at this CIA outpost and guarded by the CIA was because Obama's administration, under the tutelage of Hillary Clinton and the European globalists, were giving guns to what would then become ISIS. And they were utilizing Benghazi as a means of distributing these guns so that we could eventually see this emergence of ISIS. And the guns were coming in from Turkey, going in through Benghazi, and being distributed through that particular outpost. Now, because these CIA agents and these people that organize these types of black operations think that they have everything under control, sometimes they don't. Especially when you're dealing with a bunch of fundamentalist Yehudis who, outside of those in the CIA circle, legitimately believe that they need to kill Americans, that they're infidels, yada, yada, yada. And that's pretty much what happened to Ambassador Stevens and those that got killed in Benghazi, was the fact that, they were gun running. The Yehudis found out they hate Americans. They went in there, burned the damn place up, took all the weapons, and the rest is history. Why do you think that the whole administration, from Susan Rice to Hillary Clinton to Barack Obama, tried to blame Benghazi on a fucking video? And Trey Gowdy was the asshole that was chairing the goddamn committee that was supposed to be investigating this shit, and he completely botched the whole damn investigation. Now, aside from Trey Gowdy being an incompetent prick, now he is showing his true swamp colors, folks, all right? Now, this guy has been on the media all day today claiming that the information that he was provided, remember, he and Devin Nunes were supposed to meet up with Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein and Christopher Wray, the FBI director. They were supposed to have this big private meeting in which Christopher Wray and Rosenstein were supposed to show Nunes and Gowdy these documents relating to the Russia-Trump investigation. Now, as I told you on Friday, that they were not given all the documents, that they were just shown whatever Rosenstein and Christopher Wray wanted to show. Now, Gowdy's coming out today, and he's been in every goddamn news organization fucking running his yap, saying that the information that, quote, he was provided did not show a, quote, spy infiltrated the Trump 2016 campaign. Hey, Gowdy, James fucking Clapper, the ex-head of the DNI, admitted it twice! He admitted it on CNN, and he admitted it in front of Joy Behar, that stupid, ugly Jew bitch, on The View. And you know what he said? He said, well, we weren't spying on Trump. We were actually helping him. We were actually protecting him against the Russians. That's why we had spies in there, dude. We were just protecting him. That's all we were doing. Come on. He should be thanking us. That's what Trump should be doing. He should be thanking us. And now you've got Gowdy coming out and saying this crap, even though the reports are coming out that Rosenstein and Christopher Wray didn't even show all the documents, okay? But now Gowdy's coming out and saying that the information that, quote, he was provided, and these are his words, he's not stupid, he's a lawyer. That's why he said the information that, quote, he was provided did not show a spy infiltrated Trump's 2016 campaign. But then Gowdy, in the same fucking interview, Gowdy goes on and claims that, well, just because two people were loosely connected to the 2016 Trump campaign and they may have been involved with the FBI, that doesn't mean that they were the primary target. It means that they were targeting Russians, I mean, I'm not joking around. He said, this is all in one statement. This is all in one sit-down interview. He goes off and states that the information that he was provided did not show a, quote, spy infiltrated the Trump 2016 campaign. And then later in the interview, he goes on and says, Gowdy claims that two people loosely connected with the 2016 Trump campaign may have been involved with the FBI, but Russia was the intended target, not the campaign. Oh, fuck. And that's the narrative that the FBI and the DOJ are going to try to push forth so that it'll absolve them of any kind of legal responsibility or potential or legal risk, any kind of risk of any kind of jail time. They're going to claim that the two people that are, quote, loosely connected to the 2016 Trump campaign were nothing more than people that were trying to look for connections with Russia. That they were looking for Russia connections. They were looking for Russians trying to infiltrate the campaign. Bullshit. Bullshit. I mean, this is the narrative that they're going to try, and they're propagandizing it right now in the media, folks. They're trying to make Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack believe that there were no spies, that nobody infiltrated the Trump campaign, and that Trump and Giuliani are saying nothing but propaganda. Folks, that's a lie. That's a fucking lie. James Clapper admitted that there were spies in the Trump campaign, and just like Gowdy said, just like Clapper said, we were trying to help Trump. We were trying to help him. Come on. We were worried that, Russians may try to infiltrate his campaign, so we were trying to help old Trump. Come on. He should be thanking us. He should be giving us a fucking medal. Folks, come on, man. Are we this stupid? Are we this stupid? There should not have been any FBI agents in any political campaign, folks. By definition, that politicizes that institution of government. And how much more evidence do we have to show before we realize that there was a genuine collusion by members at the highest echelons of the DOJ and the FBI trying to remove a duly elected president? I mean, how much more evidence? Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, those texts. I mean, the Orrs in the Department of Justice. I mean, that Orr asshole, his wife, Mellie Orr worked for fucking Fusion GPS. A guy that worked for the Department of Justice, his wife worked for Fusion GPS. I mean, how much more connections of corruption do we have to fucking put in the American people's face before they start realizing that these assholes at the highest level of the Department of Justice and FBI jeopardize the very integrity of our institutions of government by politically weaponizing them? I mean, how much more evidence do you need to see, for Christ's sake? Good God! What these people did, I'm talking at the highest echelon of the Department of Justice and the FBI, they tried to nullify the American people's vote. They tried to nullify the American people's vote. I mean, if you read the texts of Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, they thought that they were saving America. They thought they were super agents saving the country. Saving the country from what? And you see, folks, that right there, somebody needs to go to jail. People need to go to jail. And I'm going to ask you this again and again and again and again. Are these people too big to jail? Because who the hell is going to arrest them? These are the highest echelons of our judicial branch. Who's going to arrest them? And that's what makes me nervous, folks, because if no one's arrested, then that means whoever is in that highest echelon of power in those institutions are above the law. They're above the law, and no one in America should be above the law. No one! But you got Trey Gowdy out here. This fucking scumbag piece of trash, of course, is not running for re-election because I'm pretty sure there's some bodies in this guy's closet. Just look at that ugly son of a bitch. I guarantee you he's got some dirty skeletons that he doesn't want aired. That's why he ain't running for goddamn office again. This son of a bitch comes out and tries to lie himself. I know what you're doing, Gowdy, you legalese lawyer prick. Well, the information I was provided did not show a spy infiltrated the 2016 Trump campaign. Now, just because two people who were loosely connected to the 2016 Trump campaign may have been involved with the FBI, the target was Russia. That's what the intention was. Russia, it had nothing to do with the Trump campaign. Fuck you, Gowdy, all right? Fuck you, you're a piece of trash, and you're the epitome of why every politician in Washington, D.C. can't be trusted. And that's why I'm telling each and every one of you that are listening to the sound of my voice, you have to be politically serious. You have to be politically active. We have to highlight the criminal activity that these assholes are doing in Washington, D.C. We have to highlight the contradictions and expose the hypocrisy from these people. Because if we don't, they're going to continue to think they can do what they've been doing for the past 30 or 40 years. They're going to continue to do it, folks. They're going to continue to fucking do it. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread this show link around like wildfire, folks, all right? We are purely organic, and that's the only reason why anyone knows about this broadcast is because you are posting it on your social media. You are posting it out there on the blog posts, on the message forum posts, on everywhere. Just keep posting it, folks, all right? This is a purely underground organic show, and I thank each and every one of you for that. So please spread this show link around like wildfire. And by the way, the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and I say this time and time again, I love being independent, the official website is ghost.report. All right, that's all you have to type in your browser. It's that simple, ghost.report. That's the official home of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And we are broadcasting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Texas Time. And once again, the official website, ghost.report. Now, if you have not done so, folks, you need to get one now. Get yourself a Gab account. All right, it's the last bastion of freedom of speech on the internet today. And you can find me on Gab under the name Politics Ghost. All right, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And if you want to be a part of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, well, it's that damn easy. All you got to do is go to my Gab, check out my Gab, Politics Ghost, and hit the subscribe button for premium content, all right? Hit the subscribe button for premium content, and once you do, go ahead and private message me on Gab with your Discord chat name, and once you do that, I will give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room so you can come back and kick back with us, chill with us. As a matter of fact, I will be in the True Capitalist Radio chat room later on tonight. All you got to do is just be in there and chill with us, man. It's that simple, man. Hit the subscribe button on my Gab right now, Politics Ghost. Hit the subscribe button, and once you do, go ahead and private message me your Discord chat name. It's that simple, all right? Anyway, now that we got that all out of the way, let me go ahead and move on. Oh, yeah, before I move on, let me go ahead and promote something here. This is backed by popular demand, folks, okay? This is backed by popular demand. We have for sale, once again, the Remove Kebab shirts, folks, all right? I'm not joking! In this day and age, especially during the time of Ramadan, all right, it's time for you all to get your Remove Kebab shirt. All right, if you want to take a look at it, look at my Gab! Check out my Gab! Check out my Gab right now. Remove Kebab. We got all kinds of apparel there, folks, all right? Very, very cheap. I think we got what is the shirt running? $14.99? That's cheap shit right there. Come on, man. Remove Kebab. Goddamn right, baby. All right, check out my Gab. You want your Remove Kebab apparel. All right, and I'm telling you right now, you wear that shirt, people are going to know. People are going to know you're politically serious, boy. You understand? Anyway, folks, let's move on. I want to talk a little bit more about Trump. Today, folks, Trump signed into law your right to try. Your right to try, which I don't understand why this had to be signed into law to begin with. How come I don't have the right to try to begin with? And for you folks that don't know, the right to try law, which was signed into law by Donald Trump, gives you the right, if you happen to be stricken with a terminally ill or a terminal illness, and you have a short time to live, and you know that your mortality is around the corner, you have the right to try whatever drugs that are being tested on the market so that it could potentially save your life. And I think that's great. I mean, you're going to die anyway, right? You know you're terminally ill. Why not have the ability to check out some of these up-and-coming drugs? You could do your due diligence. You could do your due diligence. Can I say that word? Due diligence? Jesus fucking Christ. If you do your due diligence, it's those Alameda-Pitas, man. I'm telling you, I fucking hate them. Anyway, if you do your due diligence and figure out what potential experimental drug could potentially help you or aid you or prolong your life or potentially cure you, why shouldn't you have the right and the opportunity to try it? I mean, you're going to die anyway. I think it's unfortunate that people that are at the end of their life, they don't have the opportunity or the right to be able to pop some of these experimental drugs just to see if it will prolong their life or cure their diseases or cure their ailments, man. I mean, listen, the more and more Trump signs into law, the more and more I ask, why in the hell is everybody hating on Trump? Why does everybody hate Trump? I mean, this man, every law he's enacted, everything he's advocated has been pro-America. I mean, the only people that would hate Trump at this point are people that hate this country. And if you hate this country, then why are you here? If you hate this country, then why are you here? I mean, seriously, everything this man has done has been pro-America. I mean, the right to try, I mean, that's humanitarian. I mean, how come Barack Obama didn't do that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Barack Obama gave a monopoly over our health to the health insurance companies. That's what he did. He didn't give a shit about your right to try. And you know what I don't like either? You stupid, dumb college kids that are out here shoved so far up Obama's ass, not knowing that it was Obama and his administration that nationalized the student debt program. And now you are forced to pay on that student debt for the next 25 years of your life. Thanks, Obama. And once again, your professors out there in the university, they didn't have to pay for their goddamn diploma or their stupid degree for 25 years. You want to know why? Because prior to Obama, you could simply file for bankruptcy and throw your goddamn student debts in that bankruptcy and never worry about it again. But you see, you can't do that anymore because all you Obama-worshipping, student debt-ridden pieces of millennial shit don't know your ass from your elbow, let alone any sort of contemporary history. And the fact that you don't know any contemporary history proves that you don't know who to blame for your own strife. I hear each and every one of you millennial pieces of shit talk about student debt, student debt, student debt. I'm paying it for 25 years. Hey, asshole, that was your president, Obama, that allowed that and signed that into law, baby. So you still love Mr. Yes We Can now, you scumbags? Anyway, once again, Trump signs your right to try, which, I mean, it should go without saying. You're terminally ill. You should have every right to try to keep yourself alive, no matter what it takes. And this just goes to show you the compassion of Donald Trump, man, and how much of a humanitarian he truly is. I mean, it seems to me the fact that Donald Trump seems to be practicing a little bit more liberalism than actual liberals. I mean, take a look at all the people that he has released from prison without any kind of, without anything. He didn't give anything for these prisoners. I think that he's released thus far in his presidency 18 prisoners. 18 prisoners that have been held in different prisons all across the world. This administration has brought 18 prisoners home in a year and a half that the president has been in office. And yet, I don't hear the press, the lamestream media, I don't hear Democrats, I don't hear anybody giving him the props that he deserves for that type of diplomacy. Because that's what diplomacy is supposed to do. You're supposed to get your goddamn hostages back without any concessions. But no, you know what Barack Obama did? He would concede until he got his prisoners back. I mean, what did he do? He gave $2.5 billion in cash. $2.5 billion US dollars that were tax paid in cash to the Iranians so that they could bring back our 3 prisoners that we had over there. the first time in American history that the U.S. president has ever paid a ransom for a hostage. Because that's what that was, folks. That was not a part of the Iranian nuke deal, which was $250 billion. That was not a part of it. The $3.5 billion in cash was nothing more than a payoff for those hostages. I mean, take a look at that traitorous Afghanistan bastard Bo Bergdahl. Remember that asshole? I mean, Barack Obama tried to celebrate bringing Bo Bergdahl as if it was a great thing for the United States when this asshole was an AWOL traitor! He was an AWOL traitor that was sympathetic to the fucking Taliban. That's why they kept him alive all these years. And they traded, I'm talking the Obama administration, they traded 5 of the most bloodthirsty jihadis in Guantanamo. One of the guys that we released in exchange for this traitorous fucking Bo Bergdahl, one of these guys actually has a picture of himself encircled by people's heads, assuming that he cut all those heads off. I'm not joking! This is who we let back into the fucking fight! In exchange for Bo Bergdahl, thanks to this goddamn stupid asshole, Barack Obama. We let the most bloodthirsty of bloodthirsty jihadis go back on the damn battlefield. But Donald Trump, look at what he's doing, man. 18 prisoners thus far since his presidency began. No concessions, nothing. We've just got them back. Just got them back. And do we hear anything about that on the lamestream media? No, we don't. I mean, do we hear anything about... No, we don't. We don't hear anything. Because why? The lamestream media is a weaponized propaganda wing of the deep state. I mean, you all know that at this point, right? I mean, why don't you research some of these talking heads and see how many of them are connected to CIA? Anderson Cooper, folks, is connected to the CIA. He hasn't made that a secret. He hasn't made that a secret. Folks, he's a Vanderbilt. He doesn't even belong there. This dude has a trust fund where he can live for the next 10 lifetimes and not spend enough money to make himself go broke. He's a Vanderbilt. What the hell is he doing there on CNN trying to suggest to you what to think? He's a fucking CIA agent, and he's not ashamed to say it. That's why I keep telling you, if you are listening to the lamestream media for your news and information, you are intellectually lazy, folks. In this day and age of the internet, you could be able to find whatever news source, wherever, and you can find multiple different sources so you can surmise your own opinion on the subject. Not be suggested to it by some stupid talking head that's doing nothing but reading a fucking teleprompter. Give me a freaking break. Anyway, let me move on, folks. I wanted to talk a little bit about this Roseanne show getting canceled. Now, for you folks that are unaware, the Roseanne show was a big hit because it was a little bit of a right-wing type of a provocative comeback program. I believe close to 20 million people watched the first episode of the comeback of the episodes. And it's been going somewhat downhill since then. And now Roseanne, for whatever reason, went on Twitter and started talking all kinds of gibberish about Chelsea Clinton being a part of the Soros family and about MK Ultra and about and was the killer was her comparing Valerie Jarrett. Of course, for you folks that don't know who Valerie Jarrett is, Valerie Jarrett was a senior advisor for the President Obama administration. What was the killer was she compared Valerie Jarrett between a cross between Planet of the Apes and the Muslim Brotherhood. And because she used the word apes in comparison to an ethnically ambiguous person like Jarrett, it's automatically racist. And ABC took it upon themselves to cancel the Roseanne show because of those particular comments on Twitter. Now, a lot of people are out here suggesting, is this a double standard? I mean, we have Jimmy Kimmel in blackface. We've got Bill Maher comparing the president to an ape. We've got Keith Olbermann. I already regabbed the Keith Olbermann tweet fest in which he's called the president all countless types of names, and yet this son of a bitch keeps getting hired. Joy Reid. I mean, did you hear that Joy Reid actually commented on the Roseanne situation, given the fact that she got her old blog exposed? Remember, she got her old blog exposed, and she was exposed for being against homosexuals. I mean, she was completely contradicting what she's representing on MSNBC in an old blog. And she was humiliated like the hypocritical idiot that most leftists are. And she had the audacity to come out and actually comment about the Roseanne situation. Now, I want to be honest with you folks. I mean, I am not one who's going to be pro-Roseanne show just because she said some good things about Trump. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but back in 2009, 2010, me and Roseanne, believe it or not, got into a massive Twitter battle. Because at the time, she thought she was socialist back then. Yeah, she thought she was socialist, so I decided to tweet back at her and suggest, well, since you're a socialist and you've got 5 properties, can we just kind of move into your property so that, you know, you're a socialist? We need a place to stay. Can we use your property to kind of house people who need to be clothed and housed like a true socialist? And she tweeted me back saying, that's not what socialism is. That's not what it is. And we got in this big tiff, and she ignored me. And ever since then, I've hated Roseanne Barr because she's an erratic piece of fucking shit. Now, I want to be honest with you folks, you haven't heard me say one good thing about Roseanne other than the fact that she brought her show back, and whether she's genuine or not, I said this on the last show that I commented about the Roseanne show, that whether she's genuine or not, at least this broad is at least putting some spotlight on some shows and some content that's right-wing in origin, instead of all this pro-leftist, pro-multiracial, pro-transgendered, pro-homo, all this leftist garbage. At least she's putting a spotlight on the fact that, hey, look, you don't have to be a leftist piece of trash to be able to be successful in entertainment. Now, of course, she went on Twitter and made an ass of herself, and now she's sorry, and she's telling everybody who's trying to defend her not to defend her. She's blaming Ambien, of all things. And, of course, the maker of Ambien was like, look, being a racist is not a side effect of Ambien. But let's be honest, Ambien. All right, your little medication for sleep is dangerous, okay? I mean, I could tell you countless occasions in which you have people that had been taking this crap, sleepwalking to the point in which they're going into their cars and taking drives while they're asleep. So don't tell me that your goddamn drug doesn't have any side effects, because it does, all right? And I'm not giving Roseanne Barr any kind of a scapegoat either. But I'm just saying, I thought it was rather ridiculous that now you have pharmaceutical companies out here thinking that they can ridicule people based upon politics. Give me a freaking break. Anyway, folks, listen. Either way, I could care less if Roseanne is on the air or not. I know she's, if you want my opinion, I think she's a bunch of shit. I remember battling her on Twitter back in 2009, 2010, making her look lower than a leprechaun's nutsack, and there was nothing she could say about it. There was nothing she could do about it. She didn't know what the hell to say or do. So now that she's put herself in a predicament again, I mean, what are we supposed to do? That's what she does. She's a loudmouth. She's a pain in the ass. Do we not forget how she disrespected the national anthem? Does everybody remember when she sang the national anthem? Y'all remember that? Here, let's put that up. Let's see if we can put that up. Hey, engineer, see if you can find the Roseanne Barr when she fucking, she sang the national anthem. You remember that? Go ahead and try to look for that, all right? Try to look for that, for Christ's sake, because I don't think people remember that, because that was a long time ago. I mean, that was like, 15 years ago? Here, this is the national anthem by Roseanne Barr, okay? Here it is right here. Here it is. Let me go ahead and put it on here. Let's turn that up, engineer.
Sam Vance. Between games tonight, we celebrate my enormous stadium and give a great big Major League San Diego welcome.
Now, this is during a baseball game. This is her singing the national anthem. Listen how she disrespects our fucking country. Listen to this. Listen to this trash. Listen to everybody booing. Listen to all those boos. There it is. Now we're supposed to believe that she's pro-America, right? And you know something? That Tom Arnold was her fucking husband at that time, and this poor son of a bitch had to come out and apologize to the fucking crowd out there. He had to come out and apologize and say, look, I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, come on, man. Wake up. I remember debating with this stupid Skankosaurus, man. I mean, in 2009 and 2010, and this bitch thought that she was a socialist. So give me a break, all right? I'm tired of hearing about Roseanne Barr. Who gives a shit? She's made enough money in her goddamn career. She doesn't need any more of it. And look, even if she did need more of it, then stop acting like a fucking basket case, you fat fucking fraud! Stop using our politics, the right-wing politics, as a means to market your fucking show, you fat cunt. I know that's what you did. I know that's what you did, for Christ's sake. Stupid, man. Freaking stupid, dumb, fat, jelly-ass piece of anti-American trash. Oh, but you know what? I can promote my show by pretending I'm for Trump and Anyway, folks, I was going to talk a little bit about Israel-Palestine. Let me run through these international things real quick, and then we're going to move on to the Drudge Report headline rundown. But, listen, we've got reports that Israel is just bombing Gaza because Gaza keeps throwing rockets into Israel. This is turning into a very, very big situation, and I don't think Israel's going to back down on this one. And to be completely honest with you, man, I'm sick and tired of this whole Palestine-Israel situation to begin with. I mean, Palestine, look, okay, it's occupied by Israel. How come they use, and I'm talking the men in this little country, how come they use all their effort and energy just so that they can enact violence as opposition towards this occupation? I mean, don't you think that they would win the minds of the world if they would clean up Gaza, if they were to clean up Palestine, if the men were actually out there working, building, cleaning, protecting, showing that they were a civilized society? So then they can point to the Israelis and say they're the ones that don't want us to have a peaceful society. We're not doing nothing to them, and look at them. This is a tragedy. This is a travesty, etc. But they don't do that, folks. The Palestinians, they purposely put women and children at the front lines so that they can make sure to have really, really dramatic B-roll footage for news reports so they can show blown up bits of, women and children because they're the ones that they throw in the front line. They've been doing this for years. And like I said, in the mid-'90s and the late 90s, I was somewhat sympathetic to the Palestinian situation. But, folks, I go back to the 1997 Camp David meeting between Ahmad Barak, Ehud Barak, his name, Ehud Barak, which was then the Prime Minister of Palestine, and Yasser Arafat, which was the leader of Palestine at the time. Bill Clinton had them both at the negotiating table. And believe it or not, Ehud Barak was willing to go back to the pre-1967 borders, which I'm going to tell you right now, Israel will never go back to again after that. They will never put pre-1967 borders back on the table ever again. And you know what Yasser Arafat said? He said no! He said no, and ever since then, Palestine has been utter crap. I mean, don't you think that if you would have went back to the pre-1967 borders, that was a concession worthy to come back to the Palestinian people and say, look, we got some of our land back. Look, they actually believe in us. Look, we've got them on the sympathetical run. Because the only reason that the Jews would have went back to the pre-1967 borders is if they knew that they were not winning the minds of the general populace of the world on this issue. But Yasser Arafat said no. And I'm telling you, Palestinians, you can thank that no for ruining your entire country, your entire country's history. But I don't know what to tell you, Palestinians, man. I mean, truth be told, not too many Arabs in the Arab community are really responding too much anymore to the Palestinian situation. I mean, you've got this asshole Erdogan in Turkey trying to use it as a means of unifying the Arab world, but it's falling on deaf ears because the Arab world has its own fucking problems now. I mean, you've got Iran on the run because, the United States is flexing nuts, and you've got Saudi Arabia trying to confront them on the world stage. And you got Saudi Arabia worried about a couple of different scenarios of its own, trying to defend itself from the Houthi militia out there in Yemen, and trying to do. There's a bunch of stuff that's going on in the Arab world. That's why Erdogan for the past couple of weeks has been coming out. This is the head of state of Turkey. The president of Turkey over here, okay? This guy has been coming out suggesting that the Arab world needs to unify to protect the Palestinians, and it's fallen on deaf ears. Now, why is it fallen on deaf ears, folks? Because I'm telling you, man, I mean, everybody can see it. The Palestinians purposely kill children and women, put them on the front lines to get them killed so that cameras can capture those dramatic moments so that they can continue to win sympathy in the world. But they've beaten a dead horse, no pun intended. They've beaten a dead horse with this crap, man. And that's enough. That's a goddamn enough. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about that issue. I don't have a dog in that fight. I really don't care, all right? I'm not one of these people that, thinks that, we got to protect Israel or any of that crap. I don't care. I really don't. I don't have a dog in that fight. All right? I don't have Israeli dual citizenship. All right? I don't care. But to be completely honest with you, I mean, if I was to choose and I was forced to choose, I would go on the side of civil society, for Christ's sake. All right? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let me move on. I want to talk a little bit about the North Korean summit. Now, as I stated, we were going to see some saber rattling. I knew we were going to possibly see a potential unraveling of the June 12th North Korean summit. But according to reports, it seems as if this summit is going to still happen on June 12th. We have one of Kim Jong-un's right-hand men in the country tonight, talking to the administration, laying out logistics for the actual visit, laying out what is to be expected from both sides of the issue. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I think that, once again, it reinforces Trump has been able to bring North Korea to an actual table of peace unlike any other president. Unlike any other president. I mean, this is more along the lines of diplomacy that Donald Trump is not getting any credit for. I mean, wasn't that the last president's forte? Remember, that's what he campaigned on in 2008, remember? Remember, hey, elect me, they'll love me. Remember that? And then he went on that apology tour, and everybody's like, look at this mulatto. I mean, do y'all remember when he visited Saudi Arabia? When he first visited Saudi Arabia, you know what Saudi Arabia gave him? And you can look this up. This is on YouTube. The first trip to Saudi Arabia, which was, I think, in 2009, King Abdullah, who was the king at the time, literally gave Obama a gold pimp chain. I'm not even joking, like a gold pimp chain, like where the chain hangs down to his nuts. I mean, you know, like I'm not joking, like he was a rapper or something. Like he was a fucking black rapper on the street. I mean, you can look that up. I'm not joking around, man. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. But once again, I mean, how come President Trump is not getting any kind of acknowledgement for his diplomacy? Remember, everybody was talking about, oh, the president is going to put us in a nuclear war because he's tweeting at little Kim, and he's talking about his little button, and he's going to get us into a war. What happened to all that talk? What happened to all that goddamn talk? That went out the window once they started talking peace, right? Once North Korea started talking peace, all that stuff went out the window. And once North Korea started coming to the peace table, then you heard the mainstream media change their tune, man. They changed their tune completely. They went from, oh, he's going to get us to a nuclear war, to, oh, I can't believe that he's trusting a dictator like Kim Jong-un. Stupid, man. That's why I'm telling you, man, liberalism is a disease, and it needs to be eradicated, man. It needs to be systematically eradicated like any vermin or roach. And I'm not kidding. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and wind down the show with the Drudge Report headline rundown. For you folks that want to, you know, kind of kick back with us and run along with us, go ahead and go to drudgereport.com. We're going to read some of the headlines that is on the Drudge Report. Right now, I'm looking at the Drudge Report front headline page. The headline news on it is Trump meets Rump. Kim summit at White House. So Kim Kardashian is there. She's pictured with the president. Trump meets Rump. I mean, come on, New York Post. Come on! Look at this. The other big-ass summit. They're talking about Kardashian booty right there. That's what they're talking about. Anyway, the reason she's there is because of the prison reform situation that the president is initiating, which is yet something very liberal of the president. He actually wants to kind of help those that are trying to pay their debt to society to assimilate back to society once their prison time is over. I mean, come on, man. Where are you leftists for this? Even CNN's Van Jones is on the side of Trump on this one. Did you know that CNN, that black guy Van Jones, is like helping Trump construct this prison reform situation, this prison reform bill? And you want to know why that is? Because Van Jones is a black guy that really wants to show his black folk that he's really trying to help them. He ain't like most of these leftists that are just paying a bunch of lip service and not doing a goddamn thing. So once again, Kim Kardashian at the other big-ass summit at the White House. Oh, my God. Anyway, next headline here. Harvey in hell. Harvey Weinstein. New York grand jury indicts on rape and sex crime charges. You know, come on, man. I mean, rape and sex crime charges? I mean, is it really rape if he's like, look, I'm not going to give you the part unless you suck my schlong? And the chick goes, what? Oh, you heard me. You're going to have to suck on my schlong. You're going to have to suck on it and suck on it all night long. You're going to suck my schlong. I mean, really. I mean, I think this is a lot of buyer's remorse. I mean, look, the guy's an ugly, fat, crater-faced Jew. He's ugly, but look, he was the star maker, all right? I mean, you know, you played with this guy's wang, made sure he got a decent ejaculation, you'd be a star for at least 3 or 4 movies. I mean, I'm just saying, broads. And you notice the broads that are accusing him are bitches that are no longer attractive, you know? They literally wore out their welcome, and they're no longer marketable for their looks, so they got to figure out another way to get attention. And what other way to get attention than, me too, me too. Anyway, Fox News dominant in May ratings race. Well, you goddamn right, man. Fox News is the only goddamn place that's giving half-ass truth. Half-ass truth. I don't like Shep Shepard's faggy ass on there, that's for sure, man. I always knew he was gay. All right? I always knew he was gay. Have you ever heard his 40 and slips? I remember he was talking about Jennifer Lopez and talking about her giving blowjobs or something, and he accidentally said blowjobs instead of, like, I don't know what the hell he was supposed to say. And it just goes to show you what's on this fruit bowl's mind. I wouldn't be surprised if he's at the goddamn Fox headquarters in a bathroom drilling a glory hole, taking takers, baby. Fucking hate Shepard Smith, man. Fucking fruit bowl leftist. Get off of Fox News, you fruit bowl! Anyway, summer surge. 100,000 illegals arrested on the border in just 2 months. Why do you think they're coming back over here, folks? They're coming back over here because our economy is back. The jobs are back. The dollar is valuable. That's why they're coming across the border. You understand? That's why we need the wall. That's why we need immigration reform. And that's why immigration reform and the wall should be a focal point on the 2018 midterms. That's why they keep coming over here. And like I said, Trump nor I are against immigration, but you got to come in here legally. I mean, how hard is that, for Christ's sake? Jesus Christ. 100,000 illegals arrested on the border in just 2 months. That's the consequence of Trump's economy, man, because they all want a piece of it. Everybody wants a piece of it. Anyway, next headline on Drudge.report. Uber installs panic button for riders to curb sex assault. Is this a prevalent thing in Uber? I mean, I've heard a couple of these accounts in which you've got Uber drivers assaulting drunk women that are coming home and, you know, give them the old in, out, and out when they're half conscious and stuff like that. I get that, but is this a regular occurrence that sexual assaults are happening in Ubers? I mean, I might as well go call a cab, man. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, there's this many sexual assaults in an Uber, for Christ's sake? Is that why they call it an Uber? Because you're going to get Ubered? And then, you know, never mind. Panic button for riders to curb sexual assaults on Uber rides. And what is that? Is that on your phone? It's supposed to be a panic button on your phone? Okay, what happens? You hit the panic button, what? Some Uber operator is going to come on the speaker and say, Get
out. Get out of the car now. Get out. Get out of the car now.
I mean, get the fuck out of here, man. A freaking panic button for Uber. Never mind. I'm telling you, it never ends, this stupidity, all right? Jesus Christ. Update, more than 20 explosions in PA. Police baffled. What the hell is this? Let me go ahead and read this. I don't know what the hell this is. This is out of CBS Philly. Police report 20 explosions caused by mysterious booms reported in Bucks, Lea counties. A joint investigation into the mysterious booms rattling the communities of Bucks and Lea counties reveals the cause to be explosions, according to police. Authorities said Tuesday that more than 20 explosions during the early morning hours are the reason for the booms happening in the area since April 2nd. Police also say that they're still working with federal law enforcement to uncover the source and the culprit behind the explosions. Well, that sure as hell sounds to me like the black operations of the deep state trying to, you know, practice run another black operation. If you ask me, that's what it sounds like. 20 explosions since April 2nd, for Christ's sake. Come on. What do you think we're stupid? Out there in Pennsylvania? In the middle of bumfuck Pennsylvania somewhere? Get the hell out of here, right? Come on! Jesus Christ. And look at this. Once again, more stupidity in this country. Surprising tourism bump for Hawaii spewing volcano. Jesus Christ, man. You got a volcano that's not just a volcano. You know, there's like 20-something fissures, which are cracks in the earth that are opening up on that island that are spewing out lava, and you actually got people that are macabre that want to go out there and see the utter devastation. I mean, I hope those people get eaten up and burnt alive by lava, for Christ's sake, man. I hope they end up like the Pompeii skeletons for going out there wanting to tempt fate and be like, hey, how you doing, volcano? Wow, you look pretty. Fucking stupid morons, man. Give me my freaking beer. All right, let's go ahead. Let's continue. Star Wars fatigue hits Disney. Yeah, no shit. No shit. I mean, that's enough, Star Wars, all right? I mean, look, I liked the first ones, like back in the late 70s, early 80s, because they were, like, innovative in cinematic special effects and shit. But now it's just CGI shit. It's garbage, and the direction that these fucking things are going way off keister, man. They're going way off keister. And that's enough Star Wars, all right? Seriously, that's enough Star Wars, for Christ's sake. Hold on just a second. Is it for real? Somebody in the chat room just posted a video. Oh, my God. Hey, engineer, can you look for disrespectful dude takes dab off of lava or some shit like that? Can you look for that? Oh, my God. Man, I mean, this is America, folks. All right, this is America. Takes a dab hit from the lava of the goddamn volcano in Hawaii. I'm not joking. Did you find it, engineer? Yeah. All right, I'm going to play this because I don't know what the hell this is. It says disrespectful dude takes a dab hit off lava. I got to see this for myself. What the hell is this? What is this?
What not better than to heat up my fucking brand new Toro Glass Turp Slurper on the fucking lava?
Oh my God, this guy's going into lava right now and lighting up.
Make that nice and hot in there, guys.
Lighting up his bubbler, which is supposed to be holding his dab.
Toro Glass Turp Slurper, guys. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. Let's break this thing in.
Are you shitting me? He's actually putting the what the fuck?
Here we go, guys. This shit is gonna be hot and fucking dirty.
Oh, God, man. You stupid stoner. I hope you fucking die. Look, he's taking lava, and he's using lava to light the dab. I mean, good God. I hope you die of fucking sulfur poisoning, you son of a bitch. Oh, my God. Get it off, engineer, man. Get this shit off, for Christ's sake. Good God. I mean, there's some fucking surfer idiot in Hawaii taking a dab hit from fucking lava of the volcano, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. How more stupid can we get in America? Can somebody answer that, folks? How much more stupid can we get? Anyway, look, I'm going to move on. I just saw some stupid surfer idiot take a dab hit off of fucking lava. Anyway, let me move on, for Christ's sake, all right? Judge blasts Stormy Daniels' lawyer for publicity tour. And not to mention, Stormy Daniels' lawyer has also been taken off for being added on to the Mueller investigation because he's a fucking fraud. For you those that don't know, this, what the hell's his name? Avenatti is the lawyer's name for Stormy Daniels. This Avenatti, this guy just got hit up with a $10 million judgment from an ex-client. So it makes perfect sense on why Avenatti is going on CNN time in and time out, trying to use the Stormy Daniels litigation case as a means of making cash, because he's got a payout of $10 million that he's got to pay out to one of his ex-clients that he just got litigated for. So anybody who believed that this goddamn Stormy Daniels was anything, you're a fool, all right? You're a fool. I told you it was a nothing burger, and it was, all right? I mean, look, it was all the lawyer trying to hype up himself, trying to hype up the investigation, trying to hype up this. And all he was doing was trying to put more money in his pocket, so he knew he had a judgment that was about to be impending on him, and it just finally came in. $10 million he owes somebody, so yeah, that's why he's out here trying to push this nonsense. So anybody who's still talking Stormy Daniels now, you're an idiot, all right? And as a matter of fact, so what? You know, the president paid Stormy Daniels, so what? That's what this woman does for a living. You know, give her $2,000, $3,000. You could put like 4 schlongs in her fat ass. All right? I'm not joking around. You give her $10,000, she'd probably suck off a horse. I mean, this is the kind of broad that Stormy Daniels is. She's nothing. She's a complete waste of disposable road trash. That's what her job is. All right? I mean, she would squirrel fist if the fucking price was right. All right? She's a piece of crap. And why are we even giving her any acknowledgement? I have no idea. I have no fucking idea whatsoever. Jesus Christ, man. But no, we're all supposed to care whether or not Donald Trump paid this stupid legal whore to use her body as a sexual playground. Like we're supposed to care or give a shit about that. Jesus Christ. Who else do we have? What other headline do we have here on the Drudge Report? Obama. Did y'all hear about this? Netflix power couple, the Obamas. $50 million production deal. And guess who gave it to him? Somebody who was a big campaign contributor to this fucking campaign, man. I mean, Obamas have no fucking experience making movies. And yet they get a $50 million production deal? What a kickback. And you want to know why the Netflix people are kicking it back to them? Because of net neutrality. Just think about this for a second, folks. Ever since net neutrality was enacted, who are the big names that got the most richest during that time? Just take a look at the social medias of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Take a look at Netflix. Take a look at Amazon. This is when they had their biggest spike in productivity, is when net neutrality was implemented. And I think people need to understand that net neutrality, all it does is allow people on the internet that have no business on the internet. I do not believe the internet is a right. It is a privilege. Nobody should be getting on the internet for free. Do you understand that? Nobody. And that's what this net neutrality was all about, is, we're going to build Wi-Fi in the projects. We're going to build Wi-Fi in the poor areas of the... And you know what they're using it for? The argument is that if you put Wi-Fi in the projects, you put Wi-Fi in impoverished areas, the argument is that they'll be having access to first world knowledge and access to information. But do you know what they do when they have their free internet connection? They're doing World Star! That's what they're doing. World Star! I mean, that's what the fuck they're doing, man. They're not helping themselves. They're not enhancing their mental capacity. They're not doing anything of that nature, man. If they're not doing World Star, they're utilizing the internet as a means of trying to lure teenagers into sexual provocative scenarios. They're using Facebook as a means of trying to rekindle relationships back when they were teenagers. I mean, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing, for Christ's sake. They're not using the free internet to enhance their intellectual potential. And listen, if you're going to do that, then you pay for your own fucking internet. Do you understand that? Then you pay for your own internet. Jesus Christ. Let me move on, man. We're running out of time here. Wait, what is this? Brigitte Nielsen pregnant at 54. What the fuck? What the fuck? Brigitte Nielsen pregnant at 54. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Listen to me. If you all don't know who Brigitte Nielsen was, she was kind of a sex pot in the 80s because she was like a 6-foot-tall blonde that had short hair and was very slender and had fair skin, and she was from Sweden, hot broad at the time, right? So hot that Sylvester Stallone married this slut. But that's the bad part about it. She was a dirty, filthy slut. And what ended up happening was that Sly wanted to use her as a means of a sexual playground. Unfortunately, she was giving her ass up to everybody, including his fucking bodyguard. I mean, one unadulterated slut, Brigitte Nielsen. She was in a couple of movies. She was in the movie Cobra, which was a Sylvester Stallone movie. She was in the Beverly Hills Cop 2. She was that fine-ass, 6-foot-tall blonde broad. But that should show each and every one of you, okay? Because have y'all seen her lately? This woman looks like a lush piece of shit. I mean, she's got so many lines on her face, it looks like the map of Pompeii all over her fucking face. She looks horrible. She's an alcoholic. She's a drunk. She's gotten bloated, fat. She looks disgusting. She was actually on one of those Flavor Flav VH1 shows and actually had a little bit of a love affair with Flavor Flav. I'm not kidding around. Anyway, now she's pregnant at 54. I gotta click this. I'm sorry. Clickbait. I gotta click it. I'm sorry. Brigitte Nielsen, pregnant at 54. Sylvester Stallone's ex announces surprise baby news with baby bump photo. The star shared 2 photos where it is made clear she is heavily pregnant. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. The Red Sonja actress shared the news to Instagram on Wednesday morning with a photograph of herself dressed in white as she placed her hands on her large baby bump. The 80s icon wrote in her caption, "Family getting larger." The 6'1" knockout has been married to Italian movie producer Mattia Desi, 39, since 2006. Wait a minute, she married some dude that was that young? Who the hell is Mattia Desi? I mean, you couldn't find any other decent-looking fucking broads that are your age? I mean, this broad looks like an old leather bag, for Christ's sake, man. Oh, my... She looks like you could sharpen knives on her skin. I'm not even joking. Jesus fucking Christ. 54 years old and pregnant. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. What else do we have here? Oh, yeah, here's... Taco Bell manager stabs worker. I gotta click this. What the hell is this about? Of course, this is out of Chicago. Out of Chicago. Taco Bell manager stabs worker in a heated argument over a woman. Always over a woman, isn't it, boy? Always over a woman. Someone call Human Resources. A 40-something manager at Chicago Taco Bell stabbed his 21-year-old male employee in the abdomen early Tuesday morning, according to police. The fast food joint was in the city's Wrigleyville neighborhood on the north side, the Chicago Tribune reports. But what triggered the bloody fight? The 2 men were bickering over a woman, police told Patch. The argument was apparently an ongoing one. It began as a verbal argument, Patch reports, but eventually the men took their dispute out of the restaurant and into a nearby alley, which is where the manager pulled out a knife and stabbed his employee, according to police. Jesus Christ, man. Are you kidding me? I mean, come on, man. Both of you idiots are working at Taco Bell. Do you think she wants either one of you for the long term? Huh? I mean, I'm serious. I mean, come on. I mean, y'all are both working for Taco Bell. No offense to Taco Bell. But do you think that she wants anything long-term with either one of you, for Christ's sake? She's using you both, you dumbasses. Now, one of you's got a hole in your body and the other one's got a case. Jesus Christ, man. Let me go to the next headline, folks. Winery sues Google over troll reviews. Now, this is becoming a big prevalent thing in courts today, folks. I don't know if you know this, but if you troll review sites, these businesses are now taking people to court over those reviews. Let me take a look at this one. This is out of course California. St. Helena Winery sues Google over bad reviews. The owner of Charter Oak Winery, a small boutique winery and art studio in St. Helena, are suing Google for allegedly refusing to remove bad reviews from a troll targeting the winery. A troll keeps leaving untruthful reviews on her page, Lila Fanucci wrote in her small claims suit filed against Google Inc. in Napa County Superior Court on May 14th. Fanucci said that she contacted Google about getting the reviews taken down for their inappropriate nature, but the company refused. The person leaving the review, she said, hasn't even been to the winery. Google representatives responded to the register's inquiries with a link to its policies regarding prohibited and restricted content. Contributions to Google Maps, including reviews of businesses, should accurately represent the location in question, policy says. If the review distorts the truth, then the content will be removed. Your content should reflect your genuine experience at the location and should not be posted to just manipulate a place's ratings, read the policy. The policy also stated that Google will not allow Google Maps to bully or harass anyone. Fanucci, whose husband Robert is listed as the winery's proprietor, says the review is violating those policies. One example, she says, is a review by James K. that calls the winery a, quote, toilet. Shit. It reads, "Oh, this place is a toilet. We met a bombastic, self-righteous person who thinks they are entitled to the world. We went here on one day, and from the moment we walked in, we wanted to leave. There's nothing historic here as far as we could see, just a bunch of former yuppies that use the place as a tax write-off." Man, that sounds like a fucking troll, man. That sounds like a troll, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Anyway, we get it. All right, we get it. That's funny. That's funny, but then again, it's kind of not funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. We're almost out of time here, man. Let's talk about Brazil. Brazil faces calls for a return to military dictatorship amid trucker strike. Now, we talked about this on the last show, folks. Brazil is at a standstill right now. Their truckers have gone on strike. So you're probably going to have a lot of people without goods in many parts of Brazil in an already agitated situation filled with violence in the street. So that's why you've got people in Brazil begging for the military junta to come back. And I don't think you can blame them. If you see some of the episodes that are coming out of Brazil, it is just a fucking hellhole, a war zone. It is bad out there. So I don't blame the people of Brazil begging for the military junta to come back. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Now, let's talk a little bit about Tommy Robinson here. Inside jail housing Tommy Robinson, his supporters feel there's a price on his head. Now, this is fairly accurate, folks, because lest we forget, we've got a lot of Yehudis, at least in Britannia, that are in jail. As a matter of fact, that's what they claimed the Belgian terrorist here recently that killed some cops. Y'all are aware of that little Belgian Yehudi incident that happened, I believe it was yesterday? They're claiming that this person was radicalized in jail. Because there's a lot of Yehudis in Belgian jails, I guess, and I guess that applies also to the UK. So now, Tommy Robinson, he's in jail 13 months, may have a price on his head, may be attacked by some Yehudis, man. I mean, this is serious business. Serious damn business. And as I talked about it the last time, the reason that most of the UK aren't coming to the defense of Tommy Robinson, because classism still exists in the UK. I have talked to many different UK chaps, and many of them don't want Tommy Robinson representing them on the world stage. They think that Tommy Robinson doesn't have the class necessary to be able to represent Britannia on a world stage. And it's because he kind of talks like in a different dialect. I don't know if y'all remember Raiden Snake, but he kind of talks like that a little bit. You know, he kind of talks like,
hey, you know what I'm talking about here? I'm Tommy Robinson, and I'm just sitting here telling you that these fucking Jehudis are sitting here taking over the UK.
So he kind of talks a little like that. And because of that dialect and where he's from, he comes from a working kind of lower class area of the UK. A lot of the more affluent and proper UK population refuse to acknowledge Tommy Robinson as somebody who's trying to save their country, man. They do not want Tommy Robinson representing them because he doesn't come from the, quote, proper parts of society. He comes from the lower end, working class areas of the UK, and that's why the UK is kind of against him. I mean, I hate to say this. We had the professor come on the last show. He validated this. I mean, this is truly a class warfare situation against Tommy Robinson in his own country. And all Tommy Robinson is doing is trying to save his country from being taken over by a bunch of wild Jehudis that are going to turn the UK into the EU. And every time he tries to show this fact, he's always either getting arrested, he's getting beat up, he's got Jehudis chasing him. I mean, this guy is somewhat fearless. But maybe, unfortunately, that's to his detriment. Anyway, I say free Tommy Robinson, but I don't think it's going to happen, folks. I mean, the UK has gotten more totalitarian since Brexit. Haven't you noticed that? Ever since the people voted for Brexit, the goddamn country has gotten more and more totalitarian. And that's to punish the people. I guarantee you the UK will never, ever ask the people for their vote for anything again. Anything. And that's why they're not going through with Brexit. It was 2 years since the Brexit vote. That's why they're not going through with it. That's why they're kicking their can down the road with it, boy. Anyway, folks, let's free Tommy Robinson. Let's go out there and let it be known that Tommy Robinson was doing nothing other than highlighting the injustice that's happening to his country by liberal politicians that are allowing an open invasion on the UK, just like the EU members in Brussels allowed an open invasion in the EU. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and end it there, okay? Now, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in with me on this Wednesday edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And once again, I am going to propose something on Friday. Now, like I said, folks, I mean, I used to get paid monthly by Blog Talk Radio for conducting this broadcast. Now that I'm independent, I'm not getting paid nothing, okay? I'm serious. I mean, maybe whatever little merch I put out or something of that nature, that's it. That's all. It's over. I mean, you know, I went from $4,000 a month to just doing this as a hobby. Now, don't get me wrong. I kind of like doing this as a hobby. You know, I could say a fuck or a shit every now and then. I'm uncensored. I could say what I want. I could do what I want. But once again, something I don't really want to do if I don't have to is fucking radio graffiti. That's what I don't want to do. I got to take all kinds of shit from trolls all over the internet, for Christ's sake. And you think I'm going to take that shit for free? I mean, you're smoking crack if you think I'm going to take that shit for free. You are smoking crack if you think I'm going to take that for free. So with that being said, I'm going to propose something so, you know, maybe we can bring it back, and we'll see what happens, okay? We'll see what happens. I'm not making any promises, but we'll see what happens, all right, folks? Anyway, I will be back this Baller Friday, all right? This Baller Friday, and what is it, the first of the month on Baller Friday? Wake up, wake up, wake up, it's the first of the month. I will be back Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And, of course, the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast is ghost.report. It's that simple. That's all you have to type in your browser is ghost.report. And, of course, I'm going to be in the chat room here in the next half hour in the True Capitalist Radio chat room. So if you want to come in and chat with us and join us, well, then, by God, go ahead and do so by going to my Gab, all right? Check out my Gab! Look at my Gab! Politics Ghost is the name on my Gab. That's the last bastion of social media, or the last bastion of freedom of speech of social media today. You can type in your browser gab.ai, and you can follow me on that social media under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And once you're there, if you want to be a part of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, click on the subscribe button for premium content. It's as easy as that, baby. Click on the subscribe button for premium content, and once you do, go ahead and give me a private message on my Gab. Shoot me a private message on Gab and give me your Discord chat name so I can give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. All right, folks? All right. So with that being said, thank you all for listening to the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Once again, this is May 30th, 2018, and we're going to keep on trucking with True Capitalist Radio shows, folks. We're going to keep on trucking. All right? So this Friday, I'll make an announcement on what the hell's going to happen, if anything's going to happen with Radio Graffiti. It'll be all up to you. So if you people really want Radio Graffiti, if you really want it, it'll be up to you. Anyway, folks, thank you all for listening to me once again for another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. You all are the reason I continue to do this broadcast, and I encourage each and every one of you to please let everyone you know on your social media accounts, on the forum posts, on the chat rooms, on the blogs, let them all know. Let them all know where to find the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it's at ghost.report. Ghost.report, baby. It's as simple as that. Anyway, folks, I'm getting the hell out of here. You better be here for this Baller Friday. You better be here, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm out of here for tonight. I will be back 6:30 Friday. You better be there. You better be there. You better be there, and you better be there with everybody you know. I'm out of here. Death to feminism. Death to socialism, and death to communism. I'm out of here. Long live the capitalist army, boy. Long live the capitalist army.
And that, my friends, was the True Capitalist Radio, episode number 573, right here on the BN Relay Stream. And I am a Relay host, BN King, and I really want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Shout out to the TCR Discord chat room for listening in, and shout out to everybody who also listened in to the archives, and also to you, the live listeners who are listening live on this, well, another Wednesday broadcast of the True Capitalist Radio, unless you're watching this another day. So thanks again, guys. And speaking of which, I'm now back to my desktop, and now I'm trying out a new mic, so hopefully everybody's hearing me clear, loud and clear. Of course, I am using a blue microphone this time around with a pop filter. I'm not sure how it sounds on everybody's end at this point, but of course, you know, got a new mic, and of course got a new camera that I tested out not so long ago, but of course that camera will only be featuring during game streams only, but only the mic I'll be using for all around general for post streams and game streams. So I do hope everybody enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and thank you guys for really bringing another show, and I do hope everybody enjoys it as well. Anyways, folks, I'm going to give some shout outs here momentarily, so if you guys want to shout out on the live stream over the YouTube chat room, I'll be giving some YouTube shout outs. So if you want some good old YouTube shout outs, all you have to do is be present in the YouTube live chat room. But before I do that, I'm going to do some inputs before I do. So if you're a new viewer and you wish to listen to more of the True Capitalist Radio, why not subscribe to this channel, as I do the relays every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 6:30 p.m. Central is the time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific will be the time of each and every time this stream will go live. Each and every time when Ghost goes live, we go live, and we do it live. Yes, once again, for 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and 4:30 p.m. Pacific are the times. So, of course, we always do them live. So, make sure if you are new viewers, subscribe. If not, you can also follow Ghost at his Gab account. Politics Ghost is his Gab account. And if you do follow him, not only does he post his broadcast, but of course he posts other stuff and other interesting stuff. And I do make sure. And of course, if you do wish to join the TCR Discord group, which he'll be momentarily on later tonight, and in some certain days he does, just make sure to subscribe to him. And of course, if you do subscribe, you also will be specially invited into the TCR Discord chat room. And of course, the Discord chat room is once again only for those who subscribe to Ghost. And how you do that, just pretty much go to Apollo's Ghost, his Gap account, click on that subscribe, and once you do, make sure to send your Discord name through the private messages from to him. And if you do, and he'll send you a special invitation, and of course that invitation is a one-time use. Make sure to redeem it, and it's a one-time use, only one person can, so don't think you can spread that link for anybody else. So hopefully everybody gets it. And that's just pretty much it. So hopefully everybody wants to join in, and hopefully I'll see you there. So those are pretty much it for the inputs here. I hope everybody enjoy, follows all those, and of course anything else I missed, just in the description. Of course I do have a Gab account. Mr. BN King is my Gab, so make sure to just follow. Anyways, let me get some shout outs here for anybody who wants to. So once again, if you want to YouTube live chat room shout out, all you do once again is be present in the live chat room and just type something right now in the live chat. And of course I'll be opening up the I'm actually screwed today. So I'll be opening up the participant list from right here on the YouTubes, and I'll be naming it from A to Z alphabetically. If you really wish to really wish to actually have a shout out name, all you do just pretty much be said something. I don't know, just whatever anything is, and your name would be shouted out. Anyways, here are some shout outs here. So what's going on to Aesthetic Walker 2239, Aaron 2 months in the place, Blackout Worm, though truth is stronger than fiction. What's going on, man? Cross Sound Star, Dave, Frankie Mankeys in the place, Mr. Sideswipe Prime, Political Things, Rick Hoover, Ron Livingstone, we got Socratic Bear. Yeah, Socratic Bear. What's going on to Soldier Sigma 507, and the Awesome Sponge Alt. Man, that's everybody else. Oh, I thought everybody actually were here earlier. I guess everybody started left. Well, I'll be scrolling up here on the chat room and log and see who was here earlier. So of course I'll be still taking names. If you still want to make a want to shout out, all you do is say something right now on the live chat room feed, and I'm looking back and forth here. I got things to multitask, so once again do so, and if you really wish to have a shout out, so do so right now. It's going on to Piranha PJP, Rick Hoover, Albert Chit. Is it Aperchat? Aperchat. Okay. Let's see what's going on to Skyner, Squeaky Nova. Who else we have here? Once again, I'm doing YouTube shoutouts, and of course I'm scrolling up to see who people were here early. But if you really wish to get a shout out, I'll give you a shout out. What's going on to Daddy Boom 1? Hey, what's going on, Daddy Boom? Ron Livingstone was here earlier. Who else we have here? I'm scrolling up in the live chat to see who I missed. What's going on to Total Waffles? Yeah, Total Waffles in the place. And Ben Dover, what's going on to, who else we have? Some dude, 45, Omega Radioist. Hey, what's going on, Omega? And I'm looking up here, scrolling up. Bonka Sneeze was here earlier. John Extra-san was here. And Bright Heart was here. Who else we still have here? I'm looking up here. It's Pasto Purple Deathbed. Oh, wonder where Pasto Purple been. It's been a long time. Beano, yeah, what's going on with Beano? Mule Dog Gaming, Dr. Omni, and that's pretty much it. Oh, wait, no, one more. We got Mossman 180 who was here earlier, so that's pretty much it. That's all I can scroll up for. So, of course, if I missed your shout-out name, well, shout-outs to everybody who came in. Thank you all for listening in. And, of course, if you're listening to the archive, shout-outs to you. Thank you for listening in. And I hope you enjoyed this gameplay session of Simpsons Hit and Run. Yes, I've actually been enjoying myself replaying this nostalgia game. Of course, it still holds up, and I'm playing the GameCube version, which, of course, is the superior version to any other console version, actually, to be honest. So, of course, I'm playing the GameCube version. I've been used to play the PS2 version back in the days, and I noticed, oh man, it's the controllers are so smooth. The gameplay is even way smoother. It's very, very smooth. I mean, like the game, it's like flawless gaming. Like it just has no issues whatsoever. I'm like, wow, really? The GameCube is actually way better than the PS. I remember the PS2 actually was having some issues. Maybe I can't remember. Maybe the controllers is, but it's a big difference in what it is. But of course, yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run, man, it's a very classic, underrated Simpsons game. If you have never played it before, highly recommended, highly suggested for everybody. Right now, you can, if you still like own a GameCube, I would suggest getting that, because if you own a GameCube, if you want any game that's going to be for your GameCube system collection, get Simpsons Hit and Run. No question asked. You actually will enjoy a lot of fun with it. So let's move on to something here. Anybody selling Quantum? Hell no. I don't think you should sell Quantum. I don't think everybody here should. If I would just suggest just buy Quantum. You know, right now these prices for $13, I still say buy them while I still can at these low prices, because you know, buy, hoard them up as much as you can before they go sky high sometime in the future, sometime this year. So right now it's still good buying. But if you sell any Quantum, man, you're an idiot, because yeah, why would you want to sell Quantum? And not only that, if you put your Quantum into your Quantum Core wallet and have it staked, you're actually gonna get some rewards out of it too, and you're gonna actually get Quantum back. You know, some Quantum if you stake it for about a full year or so. So you know, you're actually getting something more than what you really just you know, what you hold. So I do suggest buy Quantum and more of it, especially at the $13 price. If it goes down a little bit more, just buy it under those prices. Highly recommend. Hey, what's going on, Derby 378? Quantum seller on eBay sometimes, but there is a markup. Really? Well, it's like I say, I don't think anybody should sell any Quantum or any of the cryptos. Once you buy, you should hold while you buy and sell, because of course, you know, once you sell, you lose money. You want to just buy anyways, so try to buy. Nobody has it for USD. For what I've heard, I think Coinbase is going to get Quantum. If that is going to be happening, yeah, that's going to go high, and it's going to sky the limits, man. Yes, Coinbase, I think that's going to be the only one. Well, there's also another platform, Changelly, but those assholes charge even more. Coinbase, yes, that's going to be my only alternative for it, but I do hope the price will not. But if it stays like that, that'll be good. That's an absolute steal. Coin Mama. I never heard of Coin Mama before. Man, there's just so many places you can go USD for it, but yeah, man. Let's see here. Well, I guess somebody has been, okay, I guess we can actually loot this subject right now, since Ghost already talked about it. So, everybody knows about the Rary Graffiti, right? Everybody knows that Ghost has been having, got a poll out on his Gab account, and, you know, he's saying to everybody, well, should we bring back Rary Graffiti? I absolutely say, I should say that no. I mean, come on, guys, really? You really want to bring back Rary Graffiti after what happened for the disaster for many years? I mean, I keep telling everybody about this, and I'm going to keep repeating saying this, that if you guys are not creating any creativity, you keep on actually putting splices, especially splices of Ghost each and every time, without anything else, and of course the Cleveland caller that I'm pretty sure is going to have hell of a return for this, it's not going to work. It's never going to work. And look, if nobody ever have hunted down and took down the Cleveland caller, none of this would have been more happening. Hell, I don't think none of you guys understand that, of course, if you don't have any creativity, or anything else rather than just the same old splices, you know, keep copy and paste other people's splices, then it's pretty much just another, you know, copy and paste that we're just going to get the same thing over and over again. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, you guys need to understand that many times throughout your head. I mean, it's not going to chance it's going to happen anyways. And even if it does bring it back at something, but of course, if it does, I think there's going to be some money into this that needs to be in it. Like really, like it's going to be a pay for Great Graffiti to give, because you know Ghost is not doing this for free. You know, I mean he's doing this solely because he's doing it as a hobby. Let that sink in. And not only that, remember he's not with Blog Talk anymore. I mean, you know, Blog Talk's not with him, and you know because he left Blog Talk, and you know if he used to get paid monthly because you know he goes through and get through Great Graffiti with you guys, but now that he's no longer with Blog Talk, then of course he's not gonna get paid, and then what's gonna get something out of this? So yes, I mean, you guys still need to understand that, really. I mean, no matter how many times you're gonna say, well, let's bring back Great Graffiti because we like to troll Ghosts. Guys, you know, really, is that really the point? I mean, come on. I mean, why is there like more sense of it for, you know, yeah, I don't know, let's just say something more to Great Graffiti other than troll Ghosts? I mean, why not just create a character? Like I keep saying, you can create many characters. You can say funny stuff. You can actually, you know, say something subjectly or something that you could be with the character. Like, you know, I'd like to really just eat a ham sandwich and, you know, I'd just like to sit down and I just want to play my video games. You know, I'd just like to sit down. Or, hey, you know, I have a big mouth. You know, I have a big mouth as well. I think I'm bigger than you. Something more like that, you know, something originality. You could create a character. Those are the only kinds that really would make Great Graffiti. That could be, you know, something more fresh taste. You know, something fresh. Something more fresh. Hell, I don't think really anybody will do that. I'm pretty sure that like most of it, more than maybe about, I would say 95% will be more splices and 5% less originality. But even so, guys, you gotta leave Great Graffiti alone. Let Great Graffiti be the past and leave it alone. I mean, what good whatever it's gonna bring up to you, I won't never understand. I mean, right now what Ghost has been doing currently, it's actually pretty good right now, and I do enjoy the crypto hour, and you know we still have the occasional shout outs. You know, the shout outs are the only entertainment part that you guys would really much, I don't know, the most highlight of it all the time. But I always like listening to the markets, the political views, you know, because some things that you guys need to understand what's going on in real life. Because if we don't understand what's going on in real life, then we don't even know what the fuck is really going on. Because you know it's we're living right now in some scary times that we gotta do something about it. We got like, you know, do something more than just some, you know, someone behind the screen, and you know we just listen. We just gotta do something, man. We can't just fucking sit here around and do nothing. I mean, man, but really, it's something that, you know, that of course I always think a lot about, because you know it's I gotta think about the future. You guys gotta think your future, and you really want the future to become the most darkest age of all, and you want these fucking leftists to take over your lives, and you know take away everything that you know that we have the freedom for. I mean, is that really what you guys want? Is your freedom to be revoked? Everything that we've worked for to be down the drain? I mean, think about it. You guys really need to think about what goes over, because you know remember Great Graffiti is just something like, you know, that's for everybody's freedom. But what if that if that one's pretty much just been war overtaken? I mean, it's already ruined thanks to multiple Cleveland callers, and of course the infinite amount of same splices we hear air, so on and so forth, because there's no originality. I mean, you guys really need to really be me. Understand and get this through your heads, guys. I mean, it's more important to just to save our country than just just have more entertainment of what's really going on. But it's y'all's decision, and I'm just a guy behind a voice, and I'm just also just sharing my own opinions as well. I'm more advancing on and moving on stuff. My rebrand is happening until next Friday. I mean, did you guys know the rebrand of this channel will be happening next Friday? Yeah. So, yeah, the future's it's in stake, guys. I mean, we gotta do something. If not, let everything fail. Then everything seems lost. But anyways, let's get back to some things here. Let's talk about some other stuff here. Well, anyways, what else to talk about? Actually, no, I don't have much to talk about here because I got another stream to do in 5 minutes. So once again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast and you kind of understand the stipulation about the Ray Graffiti. Just if my opinions, guys, just let it die. Really, just no to this, let it die, and move on from it. I mean, this is a new era for True Capitalist Radio, and we appreciate what Ghost has been doing throughout the years, but really, Ray Graffiti right now just sucks, and there's just nothing. Nobody's gonna do no creativity, and it's gonna be the same thing over and over. So just let it die, really, at this point. But hey, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, seems like Ghost is actually in the TCR Discord chat, so I'm gonna join up and going into the TCR Discord chat. But once again, guys, that is it for this broadcast and the relay stream right here on the BN Relays. I do hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast once again, and well, I want to give some final shout outs to everybody who listened in throughout the entire live broadcast, or you listen to the archives. Well, thank you for listening in. Hope you reach at this point, and thank you for overall just watching another True Capitalist Radio broadcast right here in the BN. So hopefully I'll see you guys back here again this Friday for the Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio, which would be 573. 573. Yes, 573. So 570. Or not, sorry. Today is 573. Man, what's going on in my head? This heat and humidity is going on in Texas. Man, whew. We're getting all these 100 days earlier for 100-degree weather earlier in June, but yeah. So, anyways, I'll see you guys next this Baller Friday for the 574 broadcast. If not, you're listening in the archives and you're listening for another archives or so. Just see you guys in the next TCR broadcast. So, once again, that is it for me. I'm out of here. I'm going to start my Wednesday broadcast over at the BN Theater. If you guys want to head over to the BN Theater right now, we're playing some wrestling Wednesday night, and hopefully everybody enjoys that. And if not, then I'll see you guys on the next True Capitalist Radio TCR broadcast right here on the BN Relay Stream. So thanks again, guys. And I forgot to say this. Is there any special shout outs to say, because I didn't say this? No, we got no tippers or nobody subscribed during the broadcast. For some people were asking if there was new ones. No, we don't. So anyways, I'm out of here. Hopefully everybody enjoys it, and I gotta cool myself down now because the AC is already on, and I'm gonna need to take a chill here for a bit, and I'm gonna get some water, get some ice cold water. Gonna take a cold shower because, man, it is heat. It's Texas and fuego. Let's just say that. But heck, we live in hell up here, man. It's just it's nothing but sun, heat with no rain for weeks. We don't even know where the rain is. It's all of a sudden disappeared. We were supposed to get rain during the month of May, but then So I don't know. It moved up so far up north or so, somewhere far up east, more for just far away, man. It just never reached us anymore, and that's kind of sad. Now we're gonna have to live through the summer eerie heat here, but yeah. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thank you guys once again for listening in. So this is BN King signing up for tonight. Head over to the BN Theater once again for our post show. And yes, our post show is the Wrestling Night Wednesdays over at the BN Theater. I'll see you guys there. If not, then I'll see you guys on the next TCR broadcast right here on the BN. So good night. Hasta mañana. Or I'll see you guys next time. So thank you all for listening in. And I'll see you guys... See you guys on the next TCR stream. So, bye, guys. Bye. Good night, everybody. Good day, everybody. Good night, everybody. Or whatever time zone you listen in, whatever day you listen in. Good night. And if it's your birthday to you, if it's your birthday, I just want to wish you a happy birthday. And some other days, if not, then I'm just overall just a happy birthday. Anyways, I'm out of here. Good night, everybody, and see you guys on the next stream. So, good night, everybody. See you next. Later on, everybody. Later on.